The following is a production of CUTV Sports.
The season are among us, and for these two teams, it's do or die time. We welcome you to Adamson Stadium for today's PSAC West matchup between the California Vulcans and the Gannon Golden Knights. Alongside me is Zach Lamar. My name is Tyler Harrison. We thank you for tuning in. Zach, pretty interesting game. I mean, definitely with these two teams being in the middle of the pack right now, the PSAC West. But let's go ahead and highlight last games for both of these teams. We'll start with California.
Yeah, California last week taking on a new PSAC rival at Offutt Field in Greensburg. They took down Seton Hill 33-7. Got a little dicey early. Seton Hill took an early 7-6 lead. California's chaining out from there. For Gannon, however, they took a big 51-21 loss to Mercyhurst in the Niagara Cup. So they're coming off a big loss, their first in West action. So we'll have to see if they can rebound here today.
Absolutely, and you look at the series history between these two teams, Zach, pretty young history actually. California leads 5-0.
Yeah, California has won all 5 of the matchups between these teams, this being the 6th today. And in each of those matchups, California has scored at least 33 points a game last year, ending up with 41. And Gannon had none last year, so Gannon's going to look to flip the scoreboard today.
Absolutely. As you said last meeting, California winning 41-0. Pretty impressive. But nonetheless, let's look at the players to watch, Zach. We're going to start with California. We'll start with James Harris.
Yeah, James Harris, newly named starting quarterback a few weeks ago against Westchester. Last week against Seton Hill, he had 221 yards passing with 2 touchdowns. And then looking at the defense, we're going to go with Blake Bell, a name a lot of us probably haven't heard from the Vulcans team. He's a freshman this year, defensive tackle, had 2 sacks last week on back-to-back plays. If he can get pressure on the Gannon line, it's going to be beneficial for the Vulcans defense today.
Offensive line could mean everything in this game, Zach, definitely for both teams. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and look at Gannon, and we're going to start with the running back, Jansen Jones.
Yeah, Jansen Jones, he has 1,037 rushing yards on the season, 10 total touchdowns rushing, so he's going to be a viable rushing threat to the Vulcans defense. They have trouble stopping the run at some points this year. See if they can today. And on their defense, Luke Ranke, he's a junior linebacker. He has 64 tackles that leads the team. 17 of them are for tackles for loss. That's an enormous total so far through the season. I believe 3 of them for sacks already, so he's going to be a big threat to the Cal O-line.
Absolutely. Both passing games should be affected today by this wind. Very, very heavy wind today. Very, very cold temperatures as well. But nonetheless, it's going to be a very good game, and you at home should tune in definitely and watch this one between these two teams. Coming up next is the first half right here on CUTV.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
CUTV always has the action, and now you can too by ordering CUTV programming on DVD. To own your favorite CUTV moments, just send $16.95 in a check payable to SAI, care of CUTV Programming Order, 250 University Avenue, California, PA 15419. Order now.
Need to know what's happening in your area? CUTV News Center brings you your best local news. Events on and around campus. Local weather. Vulcan sports coverage. CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
High School Roundup, bringing you the best coverage of high school football in Western Pennsylvania. Tune in for scores, highlights, analysis, and the best plays from the previous week, plus previews and predictions of the week's biggest games, standings from across the region, and news from around the state. High School Roundup. Catch it. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on CUTV.
Vulcan Football 2013 brought to you by First Niagara, JD Waterproofing, UPMC Health Plan, Lee Supply Company, the Physical Therapy Institute, and Trip Total Media. We thank you for your support. And Zach, we are here at Hepner Bailey Field at Adamson Stadium, and we're going to go ahead and eventually look at the tail of the tape. But, I mean, this matchup coming into it, even without looking at it, you know it's going to be very good, judging by these two teams' standings right now. California being second in the PSAC West, Gannon being third in the PSAC West. And as you look at your JD Waterproofing tail of the tape, you see how close this really can be.
Yeah, Gannon outscoring California, having more total offense per game than California, less of a turnover margin, and their time of possession is greater. If you look at this matchup on paper, you would think Gannon would come away with the victory. But they've had struggles on defense, and you don't see that here on your tail of the tape. So they let up over 400 rushing yards to Mercyhurst last week. They've let a lot of rushing yards against a lot of different teams, Westchester included in there as well. So if California's offense can get going, this might become a shootout today. Whichever team scores last might be the one that wins.
Absolutely, as now you see the Vulcans take the field, this time without the help of the helmet. I'm guessing the helmet is deflated and might have a hole in it, but nonetheless, that's not going to stop the Vulcans from being amped up in this one. As we saw Gannon actually in their end zone, their offensive lineman was doing a hawka, and if you don't know what a hawka is at home, that's New Zealand's way of, from rugby, New Zealand's rugby team getting ready for their game. But when you talk about getting ready for a game, we talk about how cold it is today, Zach. Let's go ahead and look at it.
Yeah, it's very frigid, 46 degrees, 20-mile-an-hour winds. It is very blustery out there today. 1% chance of rain because you can never say never about precipitation. So with 20-mile-an-hour winds, though, that's really going to affect the passing game. You're going to expect to see a lot of runs from Jeff Knox, Nick Grissom, Derek Fiore, and then on the other side, in Gannon, Janison Jones, we touched on him in our open, who has over 1,000 yards on the season.
And it's not only that it's just windy in one direction, Zach. This wind has been switching directions all day so far. Last game between these two teams was in Gannon, and it was a very windy day, and that's when Cody Nuzzo hit a 46-yard field goal. Very strong leg there with the help of the wind at his back, helping that ball go into the up between the uprights. But nonetheless, the Vulcans aren't going to look to rely on the leg of Cody Nuzzo in this one, but, I mean, we all know that it very might well come down to that leg of Cody Nuzzo.
Yeah, an extra point or a field goal here or there could be the deciding factors. California's going to kick the ball away first. Gannon will receive. California will receive it to start the second half.
And Cody Nuzzo and his special teams is going to line up. And the kick is away. It's a nice kick, and it'll be taken right around the 3-yard line. He's going to take it up the right side. He finds some open running room, and he'll be eventually brought down and upended actually out of the bounds right around the 27-yard line or so. The referee's going to mark it at the 25.
And we're going to look at the starting defense now for California. C.J. Towns, we highlight him. He's done a great job this year. He is a senior, I believe he is a senior safety for the Cal Vulcans. All three of their safeties, I believe, are actually seniors, though. So you're going to lose a lot of players next year, but these senior leaders are doing a great job this year. And a lot of young talent up front. Blake Bell, Branko Busick, we touched on them earlier.
Absolutely. As Liam Nadler's under center in the shotgun formation. 2 to his left. He takes a snap and hands it off to his running back. Up the middle it goes. and he'll be brought down quickly by B.J. Stevens for a moderate gain of about 5 yards.
Yeah, good to see a moderate gain there. We're going to look at the Gannon offense now. Liam Nadler starting at quarterback for Gannon. Jansen Jones, we touched on him. And the receivers have done a lot as well. Abraham Ocasio has 5 touchdowns on the year from Nadler as well.
Takes a snap and he passes it over on the screen to his left side, and he'll be brought down before the first down marker, about a few yards short of that. It'll be about 3rd and 3.
And now is C.J. Towns on the tackle, so making a big play right there is the senior. So good to see the Californians not letting a lot of big plays early on. We'll see what they can do here on 3rd and 3, though, as the game is just getting underway. We have 1 minute elapsed so far.
Nadler has 3 receivers to his right now, sidecar behind him. Nadler takes a snap, he looks left and he throws left. He has his receiver there and he'll be taken out of bounds right around what looks like the 36-yard line. That should be enough for the first down.
And it looks like based on their spot, they are going to give him the first down. We're going to look at the replay here. Nadler took a lot of time to get the snap off. Found his receiver immediately. That's Abraham Ocasio. On our roster, he's listed as number 86, wearing number 2 today, so a key note right there, getting the big 3rd down conversion early on.
Twins to each side for Nadler. Nadler takes a snap and hands it off. He's going to keep it himself. Up the middle he goes. The fumble is caused. California falls on it, but it looks like the referee's going to mark his knee down before the ball came out. So a big break there for Nadler as he fumbles the ball on his own carry, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, we'll have to see what effect that has on Nadler. He took a big hit. We're not going to have a replay here, but he took a big hit right there from whatever Cal defender it was, and we're going to get a 2nd and 4 now.
Trips right for Nadler. He takes a snap. He looks right. He's going to keep it himself again. Up the middle he goes, and B.J. Stevens again on the tackle. He'll be brought down right around the 45-yard line.
Yeah, it's getting around about 3rd and maybe a yard and a half, so really 3rd and 1. Nadler showing off his athleticism. I believe he is a senior quarterback. Actually, he's a sophomore, so athleticism for such a young player, you're only going to see that grow as he goes on through his level of competition.
13 touchdowns on the year, 2,000 yards passing. So a lot of good stats from him so far. Nadler takes a snap, hands it off to Jones. Jones will take it, and he'll be stuffed right around that first down marker. I'm not sure if they're going to give it to him or not. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, he's very close to the spot. Jeff Parrish was on the tackle. From this point of view, where they're giving him the spot, it looks like it might be just enough for a first down. They might have to get a measurement for this one, though, just based on how close it is. This could be inches either way, Tyler.
I think they're going to go ahead and call for it, Zach. We'll take a look at the replay to see if we can see anything more conclusive. There you see the handoff to the running back, Jansen Jones, and he gets stuffed right there. And here come the yard markers now, rather, as it's going to look very close, Zach. We'll see what the yard markers come up with.
And it is oh so very short, Tyler. One of the shortest that a football has probably ever been in a measurement that I've seen personally. It's very short, 4th and inches. It looks like we're going to see Gannon go for it. Not surprised here since it's only inches, but if you don't get this here, California gets really good starting field position.
Absolutely. I'm sure you're going to see Nadler's own name get called here. He's kept the ball himself a couple times now, but he also has weapons in that backfield, especially with Jansen Jones and their fullback as well. I mean, he's got a couple carries on the year. We'll see which way they decide to go, though. And Nadler's going to keep it himself. From our vantage point, he definitely has it and some. He's actually going to gain probably about 3 yards on the carry.
Yeah, natural play right there. 4th and inches. You see the 2nd, maybe even a 3rd effort. Quarterback sneaks. You always see that on 4th and inch plays sometimes from big quarterbacks. Nadler stands at 6'7". He is a giant compared to some quarterbacks in the PSAC and other leagues around, not just Division II, but Division I as well.
Absolutely. That's going to help him see over that offensive line and find his receivers much better. As Nadler fumbles the ball on the snap, he Looks like he got tripped up over his own feet or maybe over his fullback's feet, but he fumbles the ball and Jones falls on top of it. So that'll be a loss of about 5 yards.
Yeah, bad break right there for Gannon. Nadler doing so well, and as he comes back, he looked like he might have gotten his own feet tripped up by himself, or his center might have stepped back onto him. We see that sometimes in the NFL. Kurt Warner was always famous for doing that, getting stepped on by the center and tripping back and losing a few yards. It happens to Nadler right here.
It'll be 2nd and 14 now for the Gannon Golden Knights. He takes a snap. There's a flag on the play, and the pass is incomplete. But we'll see what the flag is. It might have been defensive encroachment. But we'll see what the white hat referee has to say.
And it looks like it is going to be offsides possibly. I think they would have blown the play dead if it was encroachment, Tyler. So looks like it might be 2nd and 9 now for Gannon. That is what the call is. No clarification on who exactly the penalty is against, but that has to frustrate the Cal coaches. They drive Gannon back a little bit, make him go on 2nd and long. Pass was incomplete. It was brought up 3rd down. Now you give them another chance on 2nd down. They have a little less to convert, but more opportunities.
10:45 left in the first quarter. Nadler will take the snap, and he hands it off to Jones. Jones will take it up the left side, but he'll be brought down right around the line of scrimmage for no gain.
And we see Anthony McPoyle in on the tackle, a big defensive tackle. He's also a freshman getting a lot of early playing time. Noah Taylor in on that as well. And California really stuffing Jones at the line a couple times so far. We see, I believe that CJ Towns getting pulled out of the pile as well by number 74 for Gannon. That is Alex Davis, a junior offensive lineman.
3rd and 9 now. Nadler takes a snap. He's going to look to throw. He throws over the left side, and it's going to be thrown out of bounds, incomplete pass, and that'll bring up 4th and 9 for the Golden Knights.
Yeah, and right there, really not a lot of pressure on Nadler as he got the throwaway. B.J. Stevens was trying to pursue him. He got to him maybe just after he threw the ball. So we're going to see the punter now for Gannon come out. The punter for Gannon is Adam Schaefer. He is a junior.
Trey Johnson back deep right now. Schaefer takes a snap, and he gets it away, and it's going to go to the right. And he'll be absolutely hit hard. As he catches the ball, he's able to hold on to it. I believe that's number 81, Jerry Brown, who brought that one down. But let's go ahead and take a look at the California offense.
Yeah, we're going to see right here the highlighted player we have, Des Green. He had a big week last week, had a touchdown and a few receptions. Really the first time we called his name since the Hillsdale game, the first one of the season. James Harris going to lead the offense, took over for Cody Schroeder. And during the IUP game, took over as complete starter during Westchester. So had a few weeks to build his confidence up to this matchup, and the ones that follow it that are key and pivotal for the Vulcan season.
And Harris is going to keep it himself and throw to Mike Williams on the screen. Mike Williams almost beats that one defender, but he can't quite beat him the whole way. That'll be taken to about the 33-yard line.
And that's going to be enough for a new set of downs. We're going to look at Gannon's defense. Mike Sanders, he is a true freshman safety. He is 2nd on the team in tackles. I believe he leads the team with 2 interceptions. Next to Luke Renke, a good pair for the Golden Knights defense.
A lot of good tacklers for the Golden Knights defense, and we'll see how they can do today as a play action takes place for Harris. He's pressured, but he's going to take it himself up the left side, and he'll be brought down out of bounds around the 40-yard line, so that'll be a nice 6-yard gain for Harris.
Yeah, they're actually going to mark him out at the 38, Tyler, so they're not going to give him his forward progress, probably where he kind of slid out of bounds. So good move here by Harris to keep it himself and realize just throw it away, get the yardage that you can, and bring up 2nd and 5 now.
Good job by Chris Dullard to put the pressure on to Harris to force him outside there. And Harris will now go under center with twins to his right and sidecar to his right as well. That's Jeff Knox Jr. And he's going to check up. He's trying to draw the defensive line offsides, just couldn't make it happen. Harris takes a snap and hands it off to Knox up the left side. He'll go. He has open running room as he gets to the 45, the 40 as he's tripped up right around the 40-yard line. Nice run by Jeff Knox Jr.
There's a flag on the play though, Tyler. This is in the offensive backfield. We're probably going to see a holding call here, so it might negate the play, which is very unfortunate for the Vulcans. That's one of Knox's longest runs on the season, and it is a holding against California, Tyler. So really going to hurt the Vulcans here. It's going to bring up, depending on if it's a spot foul or just a, I believe it's a 10-yard penalty, but you're going to see right there, number 51, that's Jack Abercrombie on the hold. Knox, like I mentioned, one of the longest runs he's had all year, but it's negated. So it's going to bring up, looks like 2nd and 15, so it's going to be a 10-yard penalty right from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's definitely a big loss there for California. They look good. Now it was a huge momentum builder because the running game, as we all know, has struggled so far this year. And to have a nice run like that for your first run from scrimmage, that would have been a real nice momentum boost. Harris takes a snap, looks lefty, looks right. He's going to throw left to Trey Johnson, and it's caught, and he'll be brought down. It's fumbled, actually, as he comes down. It looks like California might have recovered it again. Yeah, that'll be a gain of 9 yards. Sorry to interrupt you, Zach.
That's okay, Tyler. It looks like either they recovered it immediately or Johnson was marked down. It's hard to tell because California keeps the ball anyways. Look on the replay here. It looks like he was marked down. But the ball is loose, so you never know. But California retains possession. Key 3rd and 8 here from the 35.
Absolutely. Harris has twins to his right again. Harris takes a snap, looks right, and he's going to try to throw to Williams. Couldn't find him open. Nadir Brown, the intended receiver on that play, but he can't hold on to it. That'll bring up 4th and 8.
Yeah, Harris was under pressure there. The pocket was collapsing around him, squeezing him in there. He tried to move up, but he couldn't get out either, so he just hurried his third, and Nadir Brown was behind him a little bit. If Brown had it, he might have had a chance to get to the first down marker. There were some defenders around him, though, so I don't know exactly how close he would have gotten, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Andrew Surratt on for the punt.
And Surratt will take the snap, and he'll punt it away. A long line drive. It'll be taken around the 20-yard line. What a catch by the returner there. He's going to take it up the left side. He's pressured now by the Vulcans, and he'll finally be brought down by the special teams of the California Vulcans. I believe that's number 46, Tyler Graham. Well, actually, I'm sorry, I'm looking at Gannon's roster. Number 46 for the Vulcans is Spencer Lynn on the tackle.
And we're going to look at what Gannon has the ball now. Cal only letting about 15 points a game. Gannon scoring 35. A lot more passing yards allowed, or excuse me, not allowed for California, not allowing a lot. Gannon trying to get a lot. The rushing yards as well. California had trouble stopping some runners this year. So far, they're doing a good job on Jansen Jones.
Absolutely. And he's going to take the snap and hand it off to Jones, and Jones will go up the middle, and he's going to get pushed forward, and he should be down right around the 35-yard line. So a nice run there by Jones with the help of his offensive line to push him forward. Yeah,
that's going to be an 8-yard run, Tyler. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 2 now. We're going to look at our replay as we see a couple of people helping each other get up. Jones finding a hole right up the middle. He's met almost immediately, but he has enough strength to drive himself forward. Get a big gain on 1st down, make it 2nd and 2.
Matt Andre helping out the run on that one, Zach, as he pushes Jones forward. So very nice to see some teammates helping get in on some of the action. Liam Nadler takes a snap and hands it off to Jones again. He's going to go up the middle. He finds a hole, and he'll be brought down around the 41-yard line, and that'll be enough for the 1st down.
Another big gain for Jones. That was a gain of about 5, so Jones starting to get his feet moving. Not an update about exactly how many yards he has so far, but I'm sure he's almost crushing the 20-yard, maybe 30-yard mark so far through the 1st quarter.
He'll take the snap, and he's going to look right. He'll throw. And he has a receiver there, but it looks like it hits off the back of the helmet of the defender. So the pass is broken up by the California Vulcan defense.
Yeah, it looked like that was C.J. Towns on the coverage. Usually, if he doesn't turn around, you're going to see a penalty called on that, but it hit him right in the square in the back. So no pass interference call on that one. Lucky break for California brings up 2nd and 10 with 6:19 left in the 1st quarter.
Nadler takes a snap and hands it off. There's a flag on the play, though, as Jones breaks upfield. and he'll be brought down around the 48-yard line, but we'll see what the flag is in the offensive backfield rather.
Looks like it's going to be an illegal motion, Tyler. If it was a false start from what I saw, they would have blown the play dead. It's an illegal motion now on Gannon, so that's going to back them up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 15. That would negate the first down conversion that Jones just had on that previous play.
Jones is definitely maneuvering well around that offensive line for Gannon blocking very well right now, opening up a lot of holes that the Vulcans can't plug. And he's getting a lot of good moderate runs out of them, some of them for first down, some of them for only 5, 6, 7 yards, but nonetheless, that yardage is going to add up over time, Zach, and his rushing totals for today might look very, very well. Nadler takes a snap. He's going to throw over the middle. The receiver was there, but just a little overthrown. It's going to be incomplete.
It looks like that was Jawan Bryant on the coverage. Actually, no, that's number 8. That's Rodney Gillen. I apologize to him. Great coverage on that play. Bring up 3rd and a very long 15. It's convertible for Gannon. They haven't connected on a lot of their long passes downfield, though, so far. Cal's coverage really doing a good job of making sure they don't get big gains through the air. But we might see a screen here. We might see a draw play and try and get closer, maybe bring up a 4th down opportunity as well.
3 to his right as Nadler looks and scans the defense. He takes a snap, looks to his right, he throws right, and the pass is overthrown. No flags on the play, and that will bring up 4th and long for the Golden Knights.
And again, you see an incomplete pass on a pass down the field of 15 or more yards. So Cal's defense doing a good job of making sure that there's no open receivers in coverage. He was a little bit open right there, but the pass was overthrown by Nadler. Now Schaefer's going to come back out for his 2nd punt and as many opportunities for Gannon.
Once again, downfield number 2, Trey Johnson.
Adam Schaefer back to punt now for the Golden Knights. He'll take the snap. And the punt is away. It's a long, long, long drive. And he'll be taken around the 22-yard line by Trey Johnson. And he'll be met immediately by number 40 for the Gannon is Jason Belos, the linebacker. So that's a nice stop there for Gannon as Belos just, immediately comes up and just stops that one.
There was a flag on the play, however, Tyler, so we'll see what the call is here. The referee's about to approach. We look when California has the ball. It's actually an offsides call against California, so we might see a re-kick here, but 27 points a game, Gannon allowing about 35, 100 rushing yards, Gannon allowing 255, so California might exploit that today. And Gannon's pass defense a little bit better, but California 241 rushing yards. And we'll look here, Tyler. Looks like the penalty will just be added on to the end of the run, so Cal's going to start right around the 30-yard line.
Absolutely, as James Harris, the company, now takes the field. It'll be marked at the 25-yard line, as you said, Zach. And right now, Zach, both of these teams with 5:33 left in the first quarter are just trying to find the honey hole. They really need to score, Zach. Both of these teams do, and I believe the first team to score will likely come out on top. That's going to help the momentum a lot. But I mean, I say that now, but you never know. Whenever the second quarter comes around, you might see both of these teams battling back and forth, and it becomes a shootout. But it's going to be interesting to see which one scores first, because I feel like that's going to help the momentum a lot. And Harris's pass is complete to Nadir Brown right around the 40-yard line. It'll be interesting to see if the yard markers will move, and they will indeed. So first down now for the Vulcans.
Yeah, Nadir Brown getting a lot of action in the last 2 weeks. Kawan Scott was always the tall receiver in these packages. We haven't seen him in the last couple games. I don't know if he's out with an injury, or we can't really presume anything there. It's going to be another 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Harris will hand it off to Jeff Knox. Up the middle it goes, and he'll be brought down for maybe a yard gain, but not very much happening on that run.
Yeah, the Gannon defensive line able to stuff up with the Cal offensive line. They've done that a lot today. A lot of pressure has been getting to James Harris. So we'll have to see if the running game for California can get anything going, and if Harris can be protected well enough and not take any sacks.
That's a key for the Vulcans as Harris now takes a snap, hands it off to Knox up the middle, and he'll be brought down right around midfield for a nice gain of yardage, but that'll bring up 3rd and short.
There again, we see them go right back to the running game. Gannon, that's where they struggle the most on defense. And they find another hole right there, the honey hole, I guess you can call it. So you have 3rd down.
Harris hands the ball off now to Jeff Knox again. I think he's going to be short of that 1st down marker, Zach. But yeah, I mean, right now they're just running that no-huddle offense that they are very used to running, and it's very effective so far this year. Now Jeff Knox checks out, and Derek Fiore is going to check in.
And it's 4th down, Tyler, so they're going to go for it right at midfield. They need a yard to convert. I'm sure we'll see a run play here to Fiore.
And that is as Fiore gets much more yards than he really needs, and that'll be a nice 1st down. 4th down conversion now for the Vulcans as Fiore jumps forward for about a gain of 4 yards.
Yeah, good play right there. Fiore not just huddling up against the line and trying to push his way forward. He dives, gets a few more yards before he's being knocked down. 1st and 10 from the 47 in Gannon territory.
And that's going to be offsides. So free play for the Vulcans now as Desmond Green catches the ball right around the 41-yard line. So we'll see if California decides to take the penalty or if they decide to decline it and take the yardage.
It looks like we haven't actually gotten any clarification yet, and they will. It was offsides on Gannon. It's going to be another 1st down, so they're going to take the 5 free yards instead of a gain of 6 on 1st down, brought up 2nd and 4. Now you have 3 opportunities to get 5 yards instead of just 2 to get 4 yards.
Absolutely, I agree with the call there. I mean, might as well take the extra down. That's much more important than 1 yard when it comes to the game of football. But nonetheless, I want to go back to what you said about the offensive line protecting Harris, Zach. We've noticed over the past couple of weeks that when Harris is pressured, he struggles. So that offensive line needs to step up against Gannon and continue to block for Harris, because if not, it could be a really, really sloppy game for the offense.
We see Fiore changing which side he's going to be a sidecar a few times here on this play.
Harris throws over the right side, and it's going to be eventually caught around the 30-yard line by Goodwin as he fumbles the ball a little bit, and he finally comes down with it.
A good sense of focus right there by C.J. Goodwin. We don't call his name a lot. He's probably surprised to see the ball come his way. He gets the ball, hits his chest, able to stay with it and get the conversion though. And a new set of downs right at the 30-yard line. 3:05 left in the 1st quarter.
Good job by Goodwin holding on to that one and not losing it, as now Harris hands off to Knox. Up the middle it goes for a gain of about 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd and about 6.
Jeff Knox getting those short gains that we're used to seeing from him. California before that run had 5 carries for 18 yards. Now it's going to be about 6 for 21 as they call it a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7, 2:40 left.
Harris takes the snap, hands it off to Jeff Knox again. Up the left side he'll go, and he's going to stay on his feet as he gets down to about the 16-yard line, and that'll be a nice 1st down play for Jeff Knox.
And a gain of 11 right here. We're going to watch on the replay. Our director, Gary Smith, likes to call Jeff Knox Mr. Cutback from Cutback City as he gets the motion right there, cuts it back a little bit into the middle of the field, and Gannon can't stop as they have a bunch of substitutions rushing onto the field at the moment.
The substitutions right now are, for the most part, playing definitely a deep game right now as Harris hands it off to Nick Grissom. Up the middle he goes as he'll be brought down around the 11-yard line. So the California running game now just chipping away again his defense, and they're finding themselves closer and closer to the end zone.
Yeah, that was a gain of 6 in that play. Grissom only has 1 play in the year where he's lost yardage. A quick no huddle here.
Grissom takes it again. He's going to go up the right side. He has open running room. He's got players to beat, though, and he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. So Grissom keeping that streak alive of only having 1 negative yard rush.
Yeah, and Grissom tried to go to the left, sees no open holes there, cuts it back, has a few defenders, but uses his speed. He's not exactly the fastest back in the world. Uses the speed just enough to get outside, shift away from the defender, and gain a few yards. It's going to be 3rd and inches here on this play. 1:25 left in the 1st.
Not the fastest back in the world, but probably the fastest on the team, I would have to say, Zach. As Harris hands it off to Knox, now up the right side he'll go, and he'll be brought down around the 5-yard line, so that should be enough for the 1st down. So it's going to be 1st and goal now from the 5-yard line. That helps out the Vulcans as they enter the goal line area.
Yeah, it's going to bring up the first and goal opportunity for the Vulcans officially, so we'll have to see if they can convert here. They've had some struggles scoring in the red zone this season, most notably against IUP, had 2 interceptions in the end zone. We'll have to see if they can score here, maybe go to the run game. A lot of success on this drive.
Harrison, the single back formation, hands it off to Knox. Up the middle it goes. He'll be brought down for a short game, but nonetheless it's going to be positive. And the clock's going to continue to tick now as there's about 40 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they will have to get another playoff here, Tyler, so they might score before the end of the first quarter. They might also not, of course, so there's about a 5-second differential. You have to get a playoff here. Knox is in the backfield still. Fort Knox, we'll see if he comes back here on the goal line situation.
And Knox will take the snap, and he'll be brought down for a loss of about 1, maybe 1.5 yards. So that should do it now for the first quarter. Jeff Knox, you usually see him thrive in the goal line area, Zach, as he likes that short yardage opportunities, and he likes the goal line to punch it into the end zone. But not this time, as the clock ticks down to zeros. And that's going to do it for the first quarter here at Hepner Bailey Field at Adamson Stadium. California and Gannon currently tied at 0. When we come back, though, second quarter action right here on CUTV.
Need to know what's happening in your area? CUTV News Center brings you your best local news. Events on and around campus. Local weather. Vulcan sports coverage. CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
You are watching CUTV, California University Television.
And we welcome you back to Adamson Stadium here at in California University of Pennsylvania in California. Nonetheless, the UPMC Health Plan scoreboard showing you that both of these teams currently have 0 points, as California looks to make that different now as they are at the 5-yard line on 3rd and 5. Actually, 3rd and goal rather, at the 5-yard line. A very interesting first quarter, Zach, as both teams end up blanking their own opponents. And now we see what's going to happen in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, we see Jeff Knox back out there for the goal line situation. He is your goal line back in the California offense. Nadir Brown and Mike Williams are receivers. We might see a fade route to Nadir Brown. He's such a tall receiver, standing at, I believe, 6'5" or 6'4", using that tall frame to get some balls up in the air. Doing a good job there.
Harris. He's going to fake the handoff. He goes to the left, and it's going to be brought down, and it's going to be a touchdown for California. A nice play there and a nice pass completion by number 41.
That is Ryan McCauley, Tyler. We have not called his name a lot this season. He is the fullback in some situations for California. Does a great job there, a flat route. No one's really covering him. No one's expecting him to get the pass. Kind of like Avante Leach for the Baltimore Ravens. Does a good job at the goal line. Gets 6 points for the Vulcans.
If Gannon did their homework, Zach, they would realize that play hasn't really been done before, and that's why, as Cody Nuzzo's extra point is up and good. So that's going to put another point on the board as California now leads Gannon 7-0 here in the second quarter. When we come back, we'll finish the first half.
High School Roundup, bringing you the best coverage of high school football in Western Pennsylvania. Tune in for scores, highlights, analysis, and the best plays from the previous week, plus previews and predictions of the week's biggest games, standings from across the region, and news from around the state. High School Roundup. Catch it. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on CUTV. You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
And we welcome you back as kickoff is now away, and it's going to be taken at the goal line. And the returner's going to take it up to the left side now. He finds some open running room. He's got good blocks downfield, and there's going to be a flag on the play, though. We'll see what the flag is for.
It looks like it might be a holding against Gannon on the return. Usually you see that or a block in the back. But I think I could tell a Gannon player is holding. We'll get the call here.
And the white hat referee agrees with you, Zach, as it's going to be a hold on the receiving team, so that'll push him back to about the 15-yard line. But let's go ahead and look at some Gannon game notes, Zach. And Gannon has faced the fourth toughest schedule in the nation, and there's no doubt about that. But nonetheless, we'll look at Jones. He needs 68 yards for the Gannon University record for the rushing yards in one season. And last week, the Gannon gave up 628 yards of total offense to Mercyhurst. As you said, 400 of those were rushing. So Gannon's rushing defense really has to step up if they want to stop that from happening again. As now he takes a snap and he's going to throw it to his right side. The receiver will be brought down right around the 26-yard line, so a moderate gain now for the Gannon Golden Knights.
Yeah, it's going to be a gain of about 8 on the play, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 2. A quick screen pass. Dewey McDonald was there to try and make the tackle. He was blocked at the last second, so the receiver was able to slip away, bring up a 2nd and short.
Rodney Gillen on the tackle on that last play. As Nadler now takes the snap, hands it to up the middle to Jones, and Jones will be brought down around the 30-yard line, so that's going to be enough for a first down run.
Yeah, and we'll look in the replay, Tyler. You have to see when the exchange is given to Jones. That one's almost fumbled. Nadler didn't let go of it immediately. And a lucky break for Gannon. They didn't lose that ball. If California recovered, they'd have excellent field position, try and score again and increase their lead.
Might have been some miscommunication between both parties there. As Nadler takes a snap, looks left and throws. It's almost intercepted by the California defender there. A very close play for C.J. Towns.
And I don't believe that's actually C.J. Towns, Tyler. That's Aaron Terry, a true freshman cornerback who is tied to the lead. 3 interceptions with Dewey McDonald. That would have been his 4th, giving him the lead overall. He's doing a fantastic job this year for the Vulcans. He gets the deflection, I believe, accredited to his stats, but I'm sure he would have loved to have the interception more than just the deflection.
Absolutely, and my eyes are a little bit bad today as I call the wrong numbers, but nonetheless, Jones is going to take it up the middle. And Jones will be brought down for a short gain on forward progress, but that'll bring up 3rd down now for the Gannon Golden Knights.
Yeah, it's going to be about 3rd and 8 for the Golden Knights, maybe 3rd and 7. So another long 3rd down attempt. Let's see if they run the ball here, if Jones can find a hole up the middle, if they pass the ball. Not a lot of success through the air so far. As I say that, I'm sure they'll get a completion here, but nonetheless, Gannon's going to have to go through their playbook and find a play that they think will work for them.
Absolutely, as Nadler is now under center with a back to his left. He'll take the snap, look right, and he'll throw right as the receiver is there for them, and that'll be a nice 3rd down conversion. On the catch there is number 2, Abraham Ocasio, normally wears number 86.
Doing a good job of getting, I think he got 1 foot down. He might have gotten both. In college, you only need 1. See the replay there, he only got 1 foot down. It's still good enough at the 44-yard line. It's a new set of downs for the Golden Knights.
Liam Nadler doing a very good job as a sophomore right now, leading this team downfield as he hands it off to Jones. Actually fakes the handoff, but that's not going to fake out Aaron Terry on that one as he brings down the defender. That's actually not going to be Terry. That's going to be number 29 on our roster. It's Aaron Terry. Actually, I lied to you guys. Again, my eyesight treating me a little bit bad here. I might have fallen and maybe hit my head off of a bleacher or something last night. You might know something about that, Zach.
Yeah, I know a little bit about that. I'm sure we'll touch on that a little bit later. Connellsville High School's bleachers not very friendly to me last night, but nonetheless, it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. A good read by Aaron Terry to stop the quick screen pass.
I can't agree with you more, though, with Aaron Terry. Zach, he's really stepped up well this year. He's stepping up in this game as Nadler takes a snap and throws to Terry's direction again. But this time it's going to be complete for the 1st down as Nadler and his offense continue to march downfield.
And right there, coverage just by Terry. Abraham Ocasio on the reception. I think he has all 3 of the receptions from Nadler today. Maybe 1 or 2 of them got to other receivers, but Terry, I think he got caught peeking in the backfield trying to see where the quarterback was going. Didn't read the ball fast enough, so it brings out 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line in Cal territory.
Nadler takes a snap and fakes the handoff, goes to the right to Ocasio again, and he's going to take it up the right side, back to the left, and he'll be brought down by Rodney Gillen, and that's actually going to be number 8 on the reception, Quad Law, the other big receiver for Gannon.
Yeah, he is a 5'7" receiver, so really kind of in the mold of Trey Johnson for the Vulcans. He's a sophomore from Denora. He actually went to Ringgold High School around this area. So Abraham Ocasio, he's a 6'3" receiver from Harlem. So 2 different types of receivers, both getting action today for the Golden Knights.
Ocasio's got some good moves. You might call it the Harlem Shake, but nonetheless, he's going to go to Jones up the middle, and that'll be another first down play for Jones. And, I mean, this running game's looking very good right now, Zach, against California's defense. They're not finding any reason to struggle.
Yeah, California's defense, they're trying to keep Gannon from going down the field, but they're still finding the holes and getting yardage. In this drive, California scored. Gannon trying to tie up the game on this drive.
And the snap is taken by Nadler. He looks left and throws left. He has receiver open, and he'll come down with it between 2 California defenders as he plays pinball between both of them. He'll be brought down at the 1-yard line, Zach. A big play for the Gannon Golden Knights.
And that's a 29-yard completion for Nadler on the play. We'll have to see who the receiver was. Can't exactly tell. The sun is shining right on the light of the receiver. I think it was number 7, Justin Ham, a 6'3" junior. And Gannon will get into the end zone. So the Golden Knights will tie it up, Tyler, with 10:09 left in the second quarter.
Great job and a great drive by Gannon, starting way back around the 20-yard line, now moving up to the end zone. We'll take a look at the replay here. And it's just a simple up the middle run, a nice 1-yard gain. But as you saw, some California defenders trying to jump over the line to make that stop from happening, but just not successful doing so, as Gannon's going to line up for the extra point now.
Donnie Mann
back to kick the extra point. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. So that'll put another point on the board, and that'll tie it up here at Addison Stadium. Both teams with 7 points, 10:09 left in the second quarter when we return on CUTV.
Need to know what's happening in your area? CUTV News Center brings you your best local news. Events on and around campus. Local weather. Vulcan sports coverage. CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
You are watching CUTV, California University Television.
And we welcome you back, and as you see on your UPMC health plans scoreboard, Gannon and California are currently tied at 7 points each. And this is in the second quarter now, as we said, 10:09 left in the second quarter. So Gannon now going to prepare to kick it off to California, as California looks to put some sort of answer back now. It's going to be interesting to see how California responds, though.
Yeah, and we're having some trouble with the kickoff here, Tyler. The ball keeps falling off the tee, so we're going to have to get someone for Gannon to hold the ball. That's number 30 for Gannon. That's Matt Astorino. He is a sophomore defensive back from Edinburgh, so he'll have to hold the ball kind of like an extra point or a field goal attempt. For the Vulcans, Gary Brown and Terrell Roberson are going to be the returners. Roberson had a 99-yard kickoff return against Westchester, and last week almost ran one back in the opening kickoff. So if it's Gannon's done the research, they might be smart to kick it away from Roberson here today.
Absolutely. He's been very dangerous this year for the Vulcans, as the kickoff is now away. End over end it goes, and Roberson is going to take it right around the 8-yard line. He'll take it up the middle now. He finds some open holes. And there's a flag now late on the play, and he'll be brought down around the 32-yard line.
We might see a face mask here, Tyler. I'm not exactly sure because it was thrown as the hit was being given to Terrell Roberson. We're going to see the refs huddle here. We might see this go against Gannon, but I'm not exactly sure. We'll get the call now. It's actually going to be a holding against California, so that's going to negate the big return there for the Vulcans. They will get the ball at about, I believe, the 15-yard line.
We take a look at some of the game minutes for California. Jeff Knox, 169 yards and 3 touchdowns in the last 2 games, and that's how we've said the rushing game has really stepped up. Cody Newsa, 5th all-time in Cal scoring now with 177 points, and Cal has an even turnover margin and wins with -5 in losses. So that's a huge stat there, actually. Whenever they lose, they kind of lose bad, but when they win, they make it look good. And they clean up their act a little bit.
Yeah, I believe actually last week against Seton Hill, they had a negative turnover margin. They still came away with the win, so you can't do that every week, though, especially against a team that's as good as Gannon. And the rest of your schedule as well, you have Slippery Rock and Mercyhurst, so you have to figure out the turnover situation, as I believe we're going to have a timeout called now by California.
Absolutely. I was just about to say that. But let's go ahead and look at the PSAC West graphic, Zach, and we'll see exactly how it's really panning out for each of these teams right now. As we said, Slippery Rock leads the conference with a 6-1 record, if I'm not mistaken. As we look, there you go. The overall record 6-1 for Slippery Rock, 3-1 in the division. All 3 of these teams there right now, 3-1 between California, Gannon, and Slippery Rock.
Yeah, right at the top, Slippery Rock. An update on their game: they are leading 10-0 over Edinburgh at the start of the second quarter. And IUP back there 2-2. They still have a chance mathematically to get this one. So does Mercyhurst. They're actually playing together today. IUP leads 14-3 at the start of the second.
Yeah, so a lot of things can and will happen in these next couple of weeks, and that's why it's do or die time for both of these teams and every team right now in the top 6 rankings of the PSAC. As Knox takes the handoff up the middle, it goes to about the 20-yard line, so that'll be a gain of about 4 yards on the carry.
Yeah, another medium gain for Jeff Knox. He does that a lot. He's not one of those backs that's going to get you outside and get you 10 to 15 yards every carry. He'll get you about 4 yards, gets you that conversion maybe on 3rd down, brings up 2nd and 6, 9:40 left in the second.
Trey Johnson now being motioned to the right as Harris now sends him back to the left, and he'll take the handoff up the left side it goes, rather, and he'll be brought down around the 29-yard line. So another small rush there for Trey Johnson this time, but nonetheless, it's chipping away again in defense, and that'll bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, a 4-yard gain. That's actually a 24-yard line, Tyler, not the 29-yard line. So, but 3rd and 2 from the 24. You might see a run here. It looks like Jeff Knox is back in there at running back.
And Harris is going to go ahead and check up now as he has twins to his right, and he has Desmond Green over there as his blocking tight end as well. And there's going to be a flag on the play now, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and call a delay of game possibly. It looks like it's going to be a false start, actually, on the offense. So I'm a little confused as to why. But nonetheless, it's going to push California back now 5 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 7 now.
Yeah, it's surprising to see a false start here when California wasn't even ready on the ball yet. So I'm sure one of the offensive linemen, maybe even one of the receivers, moved early, and that's what caused the penalty. So bring out 3rd and 7 now. We might see James Harris go back to the air to one of his receivers.
3 to Harris's right now as Harris takes a snap. He looks right. He's going to throw to his right, and it'll be caught by C.J. Goodwin. C.J. Goodwin takes it up the middle. A nice fast run for him, and he'll be brought down right around the 36-yard line for a nice 1st down conversion.
We'll look at the replay here. A nice crossing slant route from Goodwin. Doesn't get a lot of playing time. I believe he's actually a senior, though. So nice crossing route by Goodwin, taking it upfield for a big gain of about 17 yards.
4 down defensive lineman right now for the Gannon Golden Knights as Harris drops back and he throws. He's pressured, and the pass is going to fall incomplete. In and out of the hands of Nadir Brown. It looks like it hit his fingertips, and he just couldn't grab onto it.
Yeah, that's the one thing that Nadir Brown may not have over Kawan Scott. Nadir Brown, his hands aren't as good. But Nadir Brown is still the tall receiver. He will come down with those catches, though, when it matters the most. So that's why they still play him in these sets, and they have the faith in him to put him out there.
Jeff Knox checks out, and Nick Grissom will check in, and he'll be Harris's sidecar now as Harris fumbles the snap, and he's just going to go ahead and fall on it. A very, very smart decision there for Harris. Doesn't try to pick it up and keep the play alive. Just fall on it, take the loss of yards, and try to come back stronger on your third down.
Yeah, and this is going to be a big loss here. This is going to make it 3rd and 22, Tyler. You see the snap. Looks like it bounced off his fingers, went over him. Couldn't find it. Luckily, though, for California, he does find the ball. You still leave the opportunity to get a conversion here or punt the ball away with Surratt, who has a very strong leg. You could possibly not let Gannon have very premium field position in the red zone.
It looks like we're going to have a timeout now called, I believe, by Gannon. A lot of confusion on their side, and that's what it's going to be. The ball's on the 24-yard line, Zach, so a fumble there would have gave Gannon a really good field position and lined them up to possibly even take the lead in this game. But let's go ahead and take a look at the very, very beautiful Hebner Bailey Field for one. But let's go ahead and take a look at California's schedule. As you see now, 2 straight wins against Clarion and Seton Hill. There's 2 tough losses to Indiana and Westchester. Indiana's loss now looking so good, though, after the past couple weeks they've had.
Yeah, Edinburgh and Slippery Rock are both beating IEP in back-to-back weeks, but you did beat Edinburgh, so that kind of helps your case. You have to play at Slippery Rock next week. Slippery Rock looks to be possibly the best team in the PSAC West. It's been so bunched up this year. You still have to take down Gannon, though. You have to beat Slippery Rock, and you have to beat Mercyhurst at home. Mercyhurst always plays hard against California. You have to win all 3 of these games if you want to get into the state game.
Absolutely. As now Harris is under center. He has 2 sidecars, 1 to each side, and Harris takes a snap. He's going to look to throw. He throws it long to Trey Johnson, and it's almost intercepted there by the Gannon defensive back, but he can't come down with it. That'll bring up 4th and very long.
Yeah, trying to find Trey Johnson, maybe not the best receiver to go to there. As Trey Johnson's so small, he was in triple coverage. Looks like there was another receiver actually open on the sideline route, but nonetheless, Andrew Surratt's going to come out, I believe, for his 2nd punt of the day with exactly 7.5 minutes left in the first half.
And Surratt will be back. Right around the 9-yard line he'll be at. And Surratt's punt is out and away, a booming punt. And he's going to take the fair catch right around the 30-yard line, and that's where Gannon's going to have to come out with Nadler's help and try to drive downfield again. But let's go ahead and look at the PSAC schedule for this week. As we said, we have Slippery Rock at Edinburgh, Indiana at Mercyhurst, Westchester at Shippensburg. That's a big game over in the PSAC East. Then you got Seton Hill at Clarion, Millersville at Lock Haven, East Stroudsburg at Kutztown, Cheney at Bloomsburg. But you're really looking at that Westchester Shippensburg game, and then if you're California, obviously those first 2 games there are the ones you're looking at as well.
Yeah, and give you an update, IUP leads 21-3. The Slippery Rock leads 17-0.
So looks like those 2 dominating teams are coming out on top now, as Nadler hands it off to Jones, and Jones will take it up the left side for a short gain. So currently, I guess you could say this is Jones' watch right now, as he's trying to go for that single-season rushing record, slowly but surely getting closer and closer.
Yeah, he's approximately halfway to the record now, Tyler. So whenever he does get that record, I'm sure it's going to be a very accomplishing moment for Jones, knowing that he is the single-season rush record for the Golden Knights.
I formation for the Golden Knights, sends the receiver in motion. Nadler keeps it himself. He looks over the middle to throw, and the pass is going to be dropped by Ocasio. Took his eyes off the ball before he could come down with it.
Yeah, and Ocasio was looking downfield before he caught the ball, Tyler, and that's a criminal sin in football. You got to make sure you get the ball before you can start running. As you see, he turns his head right as the ball comes to him and not able to hold on. So California gets a break there. Makes it 3rd and 7 from the 33, 6:45 left in the first half.
Very fortunate there for the Vulcans, because there's no telling what Ocasio could have done once he got to the backfield with the ball in his hands. But nonetheless, it's going to bring up 3rd and short, well, 3rd and long actually for the Golden Knights, as Nadler has 3 to his right. He's going to throw to his left, though, to Ocasio, and Ocasio can't come down with it this time. And that'll bring up 4th down and about 7.
And a quick 3 and out right there. That one only took about 40 seconds off the clock, Tyler. So California going to get the ball back, 6:40 left. California does get possession first in the second half. So maybe they can milk the clock a little bit here on this drive. You have Trey Johnson returning, gets you to maybe about the 40 or 50-yard line, depending on how well he can find a hole. Milk the clock a little bit, score again, and then get ball first in the second half would be the best plan of action for the Vulcans.
And the snap is fumbled and almost blocked there, but nonetheless, the ball is going to bounce closer and closer to that goal line, and it'll go out of bounds at the 3-yard line. So Harris and company are going to have their work cut out for him here. Beautiful punt there by the punter, as we said. That is going to be number 18, Adam Schaefer. But let's look at the PSAC headlines. 5 road teams right now won the last week. As you see, Bloomsburg University, the only PSAC team ranked in the top 25 all season. And then 3 players in the top 10 in rushing yards per game in the nation, and that's led by Kiete of Bloomsburg, Zach.
Yeah, Franklin Kiete, one of the best running backs that maybe no one talks about. You hear all about Rondell White at Westchester. Franklin Kiete, never knew who he was until our director brought him up, and realizing he is a great back. He had 300 yards last week.
And Knox is going to take it up the middle now to about the 9-yard line, so he'll get a decent gain out of that one, and it'll move the yard marker downfield.
Yeah, a gain of about 4 yards on the play, so he'll bring up 2nd and 8 from the 8, or 2nd and 6, excuse me, from the 8-yard line. Just over 6 minutes left. We might see a couple run plays here, try and get the clock down, see if you can get a conversion for a new set of downs as well.
Harris has 2 tight ends to his right, and Harris is going to keep it himself and throw to his right. And he has a receiver wide open, and he's going to take it upfield himself, and he'll be stepping out of bounds right around the 32-yard line. And I think that's Mike Williams on the reception.
Yeah, and he was wide open, Tyler. If you look here on the replay, there was no defender around him. It was just an easy pitch and catch right there from Harris. You see right here, no one around him. You can hear. I could actually hear the Gannon radio announcer saying, "Oh, geez, why is there no one there?" So a big break for Mike Williams.
And Harris is going to hand it off to Derek Fiore. Up the right side it goes. He switches hands, and he'll take it down to about the 46-yard line. So Harris and company currently driving.
Yeah, and the Mon City Masher is he's come to affectionately be known. He's from Nangahala. Cuts it back right here, gets to the outside, cuts it back in the middle, gets it out to the 46-yard line. A big run from Fiore.
No huddle offense again as Fiore takes the ball again, and he'll be brought down right around midfield for another nice gain. And Harris in this rushing game for the most part is now driving downfield very successfully against Gannon.
Yeah, based on our stats that have been updated to the moment, they have 17 carries for just under, actually they have 18 carries for 62 yards now, so doing a good job running the ball against a defense that has allowed over 250 rushing yards per game on the season.
A lot of confusion on defense so far this evening, especially on this play as well. But we take the snap now. Harris is going to look left, and it's going to be batted down by the defensive lineman there. Number 50 on the batted ball is Trenton Donald. So good job by Trenton Donald to bat that one down and allow that drive to be paused for at least one more play.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 7 now. So a good job of James Harris to get rid of the ball. He had a receiver there that he was looking at. Trenton Donald just got his hands up as he jumped, and Harris threw it at the inopportune time. So we'll have to see what California calls here. 3rd and 7 now.
Harris is going to hand it off to Nick Grissom. Up the middle it goes, and he'll be brought down, but not before he gets the first down. So a big first down run by Nick Grissom there as he moves the chains forward.
Yeah, and all the running backs in the stable for California getting some work here. Nick Grissom continuing, gaining some yards for the Vulcans. Coming into this game, he overtook Derek Fiore as the second leading rusher for the Vulcans. Jeff Knox still at the top. So competition brewing. We might have a locker room bet so you can get the most yards during the season.
Jeff Knox now trying to make a case for himself as he takes it up the middle, and he's met hard right around the 35-yard line. But a great job by Jeff Knox getting the first down, getting much closer to that first down mark there.
Yeah, and it was a battle of number ones here. The hit by number 1 for Gannon, Keyshawn Allen, a junior defensive back. Jeff Knox taking the big hit. He is out on this play, probably just getting a breather here as Fiore comes in.
Fiore will take the snap, and he'll take it up the right side of the line. He'll be brought down right around the 31-yard line, but that will be enough for the first down for Fiore.
Yeah, so Fiore only had a couple plays the first quarter. This time getting a couple consecutive plays, doing a really good job. We have 3:35 left in the first half, so they're still trying to milk the clock a little bit, but they're still trying to get in the end zone. Even a field goal would help here before halftime.
As Harris will do the play action fake to the right side, he'll roll out, and it'll be brought down by Mike Williams there. So a great job again by California's offense to continue rolling, and Mike Williams now, you're seeing his name being called a lot.
Yeah, Mike Williams is your senior leader at the receiver position. He was a preseason All-American to note for him, so doing a good job. He doesn't have the flashy stats that you might see of a number one receiver, but he does his job when his name is called, and that's what's most important for the offense.
Grissom checks in now for the California Vulcans. He takes up the left side. He has the running room, and he'll be brought down right around the 1 yard line. So he tried to get into the end zone, just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, they're actually going to mark him down at the 3, Tyler, so they're not going to give him the roll after he went down. But Grissom, he is the best running back for California, getting to the outside and using his speed to try and run down the field. And that's what he did right there. Had to evade some defenders, almost did, and got in the end zone. We have 3:01 left now. That's going to start running. We have 1st and goal for the Vulcans.
And Jeff Knox checks back into the game, and this is where he really thrives. So we'll see if he'll get another touchdown on the stat sheet, and he'll take it up the left side. He's going to be brought down right around the line of scrimmage, maybe even a loss there, as it'll be 2nd and goal again.
And that's Damon Haynes on the tackle, a sophomore defensive lineman. Knox looked like he had an outside hole, and the defensive line of Gannon just met him immediately. So no opportunity there. This actually might help California, though, because they run some more time off the clock. It's still 2nd and goal. Don't give Gannon any opportunities before halftime.
And Grissom will take the snap, and he'll go up to the right side, and he'll be brought down right around the 3 or 2 yard line. But nonetheless, Grissom now checking back into the game instead of Knox this time. He might have been shaken up on that last hit. It was a pretty brutal one.
Yeah, he's had a couple big hits in this one, as I believe we're going to get a timeout now from Gannon. So we didn't actually get any clarification. It is actually a timeout, Gannon. So Gannon probably trying to figure out what defense they're going to call here. A big goal line stand would help propel the momentum onto their side. California's still in field goal range, but the wind here, Tyler, we saw it on the first extra point from Cody Nuzzo. That extra point curved around the upright, basically, and we both looked at each other and asked, did you see that kick? Because the wind is going to take an effect not only on passing but kicking as well. So California's really going to want to get it into the end zone here.
Absolutely. We've seen Gannon's defense come out in about a 4-3 zone as of late. And it looks like they're going to continue maybe into a 4-6 bear. Wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of goal line defense now as the ball is located at the 3 yard line. Gannon, California, as you said, Scott, Zach, as I struggle with names right now, like I said, I think I might have taken a blow to the head myself. But nonetheless, California has struggled in the red zone, Zach, and they've struggled getting into the end zone whenever they get into the red zone. And Gannon's defense is now trying to make a point of their own, standing up California's offense and not allowing them to get into the end zone. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. We'll see how they do in the next 2 plays.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Derek Fiore might come out here as a running back. He does not have his helmet on, though, so it won't be him. We're going to see Jeff Knox back out there. So we might see 2 plays here, Tyler. We might see a 4th down conversion. If I were California, honestly, though, if I don't get it here, I might go for the points, knowing Gannon, their defense hasn't been great, but they stopped you when it matters.
And not only that, you're basically at extra point range for Cody Nuzzo, so that win shouldn't take too much effect in that sort of a field goal. So I agree, you might just want to take the points there and just get what you can on the scoreboard as Harrison then now huddles up with the rest of his team.
Let's play football! And we're having a little bit of delay here from the referees as they're trying to correctly spot the ball, I believe. So both teams still huddled up, but a big scene here. We have an update. Edinburgh did score against Slippery Rock, so it's 17-7, just over 10 minutes left in the second quarter. So a big game to watch there for the Vulcans. You can't scoreboard watch yet, though. You still need to put points up on your own.
Absolutely. As Harris takes a snap, looks right, he's pressured. Blitz is coming, and Harris throws, and it's going to be intercepted at the 1 yard line. And there's those interceptions that we've been talking about in the red zone, Zach, and that's going to come back and haunt California.
Yeah, a very unfortunate play there for the Vulcans. James Harris, he probably should have just run out with it instead of throwing it towards the end zone. We're going to get a replay here. He's under pressure immediately, and that's where he struggles the most is California's quarterback. When he's under pressure, he has to run out. It would have been better for him maybe just to run out there and give Cody Newsom a field goal opportunity. He's tripped up as he throws, though. Gannon gets the interception right at the 1-yard line. They'll mark him about the 3, though.
Jeff Knox on the tackle on that one. So Gannon now has a chance to put some points on the board before halftime. 2:07 left in the first half, Zach. And now Nadler and his company and his quarterback and his running back, rather, Jones, is going to line up in the end zone, and Jones will take the snap, and he'll be brought down around the 5-yard line. So a nice short game for Jones as he continues, as I said, to put more and more rushing yards on the board and try to get closer to that single-season rushing record.
Absolutely, Tyler. We have 1:50 left, so Gannon going no huddle now.
Nadler takes a snap and looks left. He's going to throw, and it's going to be overthrown to Ocasio, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, the coverage right there, I could not tell exactly who that was. Has not actually seen the white sleeves before in any player. So, but Tyler, it's going to bring up a key 3rd and 7. Let's see if Gannon can get it here. They will continue on. If they don't, though, they will have to punt away, and this is a deep punt situation for Schaefer for the Golden Knights.
And Nadler is going to take the snap. Blitz coming now, and the blind side is there, and he'll be brought down in the end zone. He's either going to be down in a safety, or that could be a touchdown for California. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. So we'll take a look at the replay. A lot of people are saying they want to see intentional grounding, and that's what California's coaches are arguing as well.
Yeah, Mike Keller is really livid with the referees right now. You see right here, the sack. I honestly might have called that safety as well myself. Looks like number 27 for the Vulcans. That's Jeff Parrish. Still no flag here, though, for intentional grounding, so we're going to get a punt opportunity here. Trey Johnson right at the 50-yard line to return it.
That's a tough break there for California, but this sets them up with decent field position to end the second half. Punt almost blocked. End over end it goes to Trey Johnson. It's going to go past him as Trey Johnson takes it around the 35-yard line, tries to shed one tackler, and he can't do that successfully. So a big momentum boost for Gannon now as they get away with an intentional grounding in the end zone, and they get a beautiful punt, about a 75-yard punt there to the 35-yard line, to the 30-yard line rather. And California has their work cut out with them with 1:26 left in the first half.
Yeah, the key problem in that punt return situation is Gary Brown and Trey Johnson were both back there. Gary Brown looked like he was going to get back to return it, and he escaped at the last moment. Trey Johnson not ready for it. He let it bounce, and it just took a very fast, speedy way down the field. So a bad break for California. They've had 2 of those. Gannon getting a little bit lucky. With 1:26 left in the second quarter, we might see California air it out, or we might see them go in the run game just to try and run this quarter out.
California with 2 timeouts remaining, so that might help them on this drive as Harris looks to rebound. He takes a snap and he's pressured up to the right side. It goes. Incomplete pass to Mike Williams. He was triple covered as well. So Gannon's secondary doing a very good job maintaining the California receivers, Zach.
Yeah, and on that interception you mentioned before, Mike Sanders, a true freshman, on the interception. That is his 3rd of the season. He leads the Gannon team. So Gannon gets a lot of interceptions. They just can't stop the team sometimes, but they get those opportune moments that they can.
Twins left for Harris as he looks that way. He throws over the middle, and it's caught by Desmond Green, and he's going to shimmy his way up to the 42-yard line, and that'll be enough for the first down.
And that will stop the clock momentarily as they reset the ball and the down markers. 1:14 left. California still with a little bit of a heartbeat to try and put some points up on the board before half.
I think they really have to, Zach. I mean, with that momentum boost that Gannon just had, as Harris takes a snap now, throws over the middle to Trey Johnson. It's caught, and he'll be brought down right around the 47-yard line. But as I was saying, you want to bring the momentum back to your side here as time ticks away now to about 50 seconds left.
Yeah, and rushing up to the line now. Same player still out there. Harris, I'm sure, going to air it out on this play.
Harris takes a snap, and he's going to take it himself up the middle. He goes. He's going to slide right around the 48-yard line. That should be enough for the first down as the chains now move, so that'll stop the clock momentarily at 39 seconds. And Harris has 2 timeouts to work with as well as the coaches. So we'll look to see if they use those as Harris takes a snap. Over the middle it goes, and it's going to be overthrown to the receiver, and that'll be incomplete.
And that was Paul Butler, I believe, the intended receiver, a freshman tight end. We've not really called his name a lot on receiving opportunities. He's more the blocking tight end in this set. So 29 seconds left. California might have to get in field goal range and just have Cody Nuzzo try it. It's very windy, but you never know. Wind might actually help you in this situation if you line it up correctly.
As now Harris lines up with a sidecar to his left. That's Jeff Knox. He'll take the snap. He's going to roll to his left. He looks for a receiver there, but he's going to keep it himself, and he's going to go out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And that will bring up 23 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, taking a little bit of time off, but also getting some yards downfield. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2, I believe now. So you don't get it here, you might see a 4th down conversion, and then Gannon probably won't have enough time to really do anything. You might see a last attempt Hail Mary, and they might just take a knee and go into halftime knowing that they're still tied. California still, though, if they can get a 4th down conversion, I'd say go for it, knowing you have really nothing to lose here.
It's going to be 3rd and 2 now for Harris as he takes a snap. He's going to look to pass. He throws over the middle to what looks like nobody, and that'll bring up 4th and 2.
Yeah, and he was hit as he threw that ball, so not really a bad throw on his part. He had the receivers just as he got hit. He forced himself back, and the ball went through the air. It was intended for Des Green. Has some open room to get the 1st down. 19 seconds even left. It is 4th and 2 now for the Vulcans. Right at the 40-yard line. Need to get to the 38 to keep the chains moving.
Absolutely. They might just go for a nice short run here just to get the chains to move. But we'll see with only 19 seconds left. He hands it off to Knox, and Knox will go up the right side. He gets the 1st down and more, and he'll be brought down around the 31-yard line. So that'll move the chains now. You might see a timeout for California.
And California did call a timeout. Mike Keller, as soon as that play was over, I saw him signal to the ref, timeout. You saw 1 left. We're going to look at the replay here. Jeff Knox probably just trying to get the conversion. Tries to work it up the middle, breaks it to the outside, a cut back yet again. He does that a lot on his runs. Gains some yardage out to a 31-yard line. So we might see another play here, maybe an out-of-bounds run to the outside. Maybe you put Nick Grissom in there. Maybe you get a short outside route to Mike Williams or Trey Johnson. Try and get the ball closer. You might be playing for 3 points here.
Absolutely. Good job by Tyler Pearson on that play, Zach, to hold the defensive line from Jeff Knox. As Jeff Knox took it up the right side there. I liked what he did there on the offensive line to really maintain that defensive line from getting to Knox and allowing him to cut outside and get some extra yardage there and get the 1st down as well. A very important play there for the Vulcans is they get the 4th down conversion, and now they look to put some points on the board. 13.4 left, and the wind is currently blowing from stadium side to the away side, from home side to away side, so the wind would just take it left to right. We'll see if that might have any effect on the coach's decisions to put Cody Nuzzo out there. I believe it will, though, with how strong the wind is.
We have 1st and 10 now from the 31.
Harris takes a snap. He looks left. He throws left. And he has Nadir Brown in the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. No field goal needed here as Nadir Brown comes up with a huge reception in the end zone.
And Nadir Brown, I mentioned before, he has trouble sometimes holding on to the ball, but he comes up when it matters most. Gets the big touchdown with 7 seconds left. Look on the replay. James Harris steps back, finds his receiver. 2 defenders there. Nadir Brown beats both of them and comes down with the touchdown. A big play for the Vulcans. And trying to make it 14-7 here with the extra point.
Nadir Brown using that speed and height to his advantage on that play as Nuzzo's kick is up, and it is good. So we're going to keep it here now. We look at the UPMC Health Plan scoreboard. California leads Gannon 14-7 as halftime is almost among us now with 7.7 seconds left. Let's go ahead and look at that replay, though, Zach. What a beautiful play.
Yeah, Harris almost had a replication of this play last week against Seton Hill, where Nadir Brown was actually really well covered, came down with it in the breadbasket and ran, or actually really walked into the end zone for a touchdown. This time he's already in the end zone, broke the defenders, caught it right in the middle, right around the C and the A in the end zone of California. But Tyler, we're going to tease this here, I guess. a treat for our viewers. We're going to have the California University Marching Band at halftime. The first time all season we've done that. I know they're going to be performing their full show, so for all you band parents out there that might watch the games, first opportunity to see your student or anybody you know in the band today.
Absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned that, Zach, because it looks very, very good on their part. We have a few CUTV members actually on the band. We have Steve, Matt, and Kat Leberfinger as well. So as the ball now falls off the tee, we might see a California player come and hold the ball for them. None moving yet, though, as Cody Newsett tries to line this one up. As we said, the wind is very, 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 much so in effect today.
Yeah, you haven't really seen the wind take much of effect through the passing game. It's really the kicking game where it matters the most so far. As we get kickoff away, it's a little squibber out to about the 25-yard line. They're going to let it go.
And there's a fumble on the play as Gannon covers the ball back up. California almost had the ball with 3.3 seconds left at their own at Gannon's 15-yard line. That would have made a very interesting last play.
Absolutely, Tyler. You always hate to see special teams for your own team fail you. You can't really say that they failed that time as they got the ball back, but nonetheless, California had a big break if they had that one back themselves. So you had field goal range for Cody Newsett with 3 seconds left. You just go for the attempt. You don't get it. You still have the lead. Get ball at halftime. Now 3.3 seconds. We might see Gannon just take a knee here.
They assemble in the victory formation, even though right now there's no certain victory to be had as California leads Gannon 14-7. So it's been a very, very good first half so far, and I'm sure it's going to be the same result for the second half. When we come back, we'll watch California University's marching band right here on CUTV.
With 18 institutions, my conference is the largest league across all NCAA classifications. With nearly 7,000 student athletes competing in 23 championships, my conference sponsors the most championships in Division II. With a 78% academic success rate, my conference graduates student athletes well above the national average. We compete with passion. We take pride in our efforts in the arena and in the classroom. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Passion, pride, Pennsylvania.
There is a university built on an uncommon dedication to the whole student, where core values of integrity, civility, and responsibility are not just taught, but integrated into academic experience, creating a learning environment for personal life as well as professional life. California University of Pennsylvania.
Gonna stop, baby. Can't bring me down. We keep climbing up the ladder. Can't bring me down. To the top I climb, and I'm never gonna quit till I get what's mine. I hope you came to win, cause I'm never gonna stop till I cop that ring. To the top.
And we welcome you back to Addison Stadium here in California, Pennsylvania, where we now see the Mask of Zorro being performed by the California University Marching Band. So stay tuned for their performance.
Good, Commanders. Our league committee is there. Ventura, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed today's performance of the Mask of Zorro by the Cali Marching Band.
Supposedly said he put money in. To me, that kid, he may be a 50 year old. Running back, almost
Ladies and gentlemen, the Cal U Marching Band.
With 18 institutions, my conference is the largest league across all NCAA classifications. With nearly 7,000 student athletes competing in 23 championships, my conference sponsors the most championships in Division II. With a 78% academic success rate, my conference graduates student athletes well above the national average. We compete with passion. We take pride in our efforts in the arena and in the classroom. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Passion, pride, Pennsylvania.
You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
Vulcan Football 2013 is brought to you by First Niagara, JD Waterproofing, UPMC Health Plan, Lee Supply Company, the Physical Therapy Institute, and Trib Total Media. We thank you all for your support. And as we are now getting over halftime, as you guys have just saw the band performance, the Mask of Zorro, both teams are now starting to come back onto the field and starting to warm up on this cold day, starting to get ready to take on the second half of football action here. And we take a look at the Trib Total Media halftime stat stack, and you'll see why California is winning this game. Total yards, the big issue there.
Yeah, total yards, California with 100 and about 50 more, just under that 149. The one key thing, though, is the turnovers. We mentioned last week they won with a negative turnover margin. They'd like to not do that again today. Going into next week against Slippery Rock if you come up with the victory here today. One key stat that doesn't show up there on our halftime stats stat, you pointed out to me, California has 17 first downs in the first half compared to 8 for Gannon. So California really moving the ball a lot better than Gannon has so far. And really 42 rushing yards for Gannon. That's California's defense doing a really good job in my opinion.
Absolutely. Their defense has stepped up on the rush defense, and passing-wise, they're not letting up too much either. I mean, they've really been playing a solid game, but let's go ahead and take a look at some of those first half highlights. Credit to Trib Total Media. As we see that nice touchdown pass to the fullback on that play for California. That is, of course, Jordan. Actually, I lied to you guys. It's Ryan McCauley. You don't see his number called too often. Yeah, not a lot. It's one of those plays we said that even if Gannon did their work setting tape, they probably wouldn't find that play because it's only happened once or twice this year. And now we have here Liam Nadler keeping it himself, getting into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown run.
And then here in the red zone, turnover strike again for California. James Harris making a bad decision here, throwing it. Mike Zanders picks it off right at the goal line.
Yeah, I mean, that was just very misfortunate. Good positioning there for the defensive backs of Gannon. But then here comes that controversial play that could have been either intentional grounding, that could have been safety. Either way you look at it, you take a look at the replay here. I think he got the ball off before his knee is down, but that, in my opinion, Zach, he threw that ball to no receiver. That should be intentional grounding, but nothing was called.
Yeah, the only thing I could say is that it hit a California defender. That's the only reason they might have not given the intentional grounding. You have here the Nadir Brown touchdown put California up 14-7. About 8 seconds left in the first half. California going to receive the ball first. Roberson and Brown back there to return the kick. The second half is about to get underway.
And kickoff is now away. And Brown will take it at the 5-yard line. He's going to take it up the middle. Now up the right side he'll go. He has open running room. He splits the hole. And he'll be brought down around the 30-yard line. So a decent return there for California. And they'll take the ball right around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it's about the average starting field position California's really been getting. And we actually have an injured Gannon player down, so there'll be a little bit of time before we get the play going. But nonetheless, look at some of the individual stats from the first half. Jansen Jones actually lost a couple yards. Or actually, no, he did not lose any yards. He has 36 total yards rushing from the first half, so he needs about 32 more for the record. And looking at California's offense, Jeff Knox, 52 rushing yards. He lost 3, though, so only a net of 49. Grissom has 31. Fiore has 26. James Harris adding 18 of his own. So the rushing unit really doing a good job here today.
Absolutely, that three-headed monster, as you will, for California, doing a very good job executing, and their offensive line is blocking well enough to allow some holes to come up. A lot of cutbacks helping out as well. As Harris is going to do a play-action keeper, and he's going to throw it to the right side, and it'll be brought down by Mike Williams at the 40-yard line, first down.
Yeah, get it out to about the 42-yard line to gain a 12. The first play of the second half, so I'm sure that's the way California wanted to start it, getting Harris into a rhythm with his receivers. The backs, you might see a run play here with Knox, try to get them working as well.
Absolutely, is now it'll be first down. Harris takes a snap, and it'll go to Knox. Up the left side he goes. He finds some open holes. He's going to take it up the left side, up back now the middle. Beats a couple tacklers, and he'll finally be brought down right around the 28-27-yard line. A huge run there for Jeff Knox. This time no flags on the play to bring it back.
Yeah, 30-yard run right there for California. Jeff Knox moving his legs. He's not a fast back. He's a power back. Cutting it back once. Then again, evading defenders. Upper body tackle not good enough. Keeps plowing through the group of tackles as well.
And they're still going with the no-huddle offense as Nick Grissom takes the handoff this time for a short gain there. And they saw how well the no-huddle was working before, Zach, and they're going to keep that going now in the third quarter.
Yeah, and there's actually a little bit right here. Coach Keller is trying to see if there should have been too many men on the field for Gannon, as some of their substitutions didn't get off the field immediately. So a little bit of a patchwork defense right there in that play. Luckily, they held Grissom to a gain of 2.
Yeah, definitely a lot of confusion on defense so far in this game for Gannon. As Grissom will take the handoff again, and he'll go up the right side, cutting back again, beating a couple tacklers here. He takes it to the outside, a huge block by his receiver, and that's going to go for the touchdown. What a play for Nick Grissom and that California offense. A huge 6 points there.
Tyler, that was an amazing run, and I hate to correct you here, but that block you said by the receiver, that was not a receiver. That was James Harris, the quarterback. You'll look here on the replay. It was an amazing block. Grissom shaking the back tackle. See right here, you can't see it exactly. James Harris right there, though, getting the block, showing the power he has a quarterback. Andrew Luck did that a couple years ago for Stanford. Almost the exact same kind of play.
Absolutely. We've seen him throw a couple blocks before. As Nuzzo's kick is up and good now. So that'll put another point on the board. So a lot of good blocking and a lot of good running now for California as they now advance to being in the lead 21-7. When we come back, third quarter action here on CUTV.
Till I cop that gonna stop, baby. Can't bring me down. We keep climbing up the ladder. Can't bring me down. To the top I climb, and I'm never gonna quit till I get what's mine. I hope you came to win, cause I'm never gonna stop till I cop that ring. To the top.
And we welcome you back to third quarter action here at Adamson Stadium. And due to your Physical Therapy Institute scoreboard, you see California leads Gannon 21-7 now with 13:24 left in the third quarter. Nick Grissom getting a nice touchdown there. James Harris throwing some nice blocks. The crowd's now starting to get into it for California as they now lead by 14.
Yeah, that drive only took about a minute and 36 seconds as we get kickoff away now to Gannon.
And that'll be taken around the 3-yard line, and he's going to take it upfield, and there's a flag in the backfield. He'll be brought down on the 20-yard line, but we'll see what the flag is for.
And, of course, on a kickoff return, if it's thrown behind the returner, usually going to go on the return team. We'll maybe see a holding or a block in the back here, Tyler.
Yeah, you would have to assume that. I mean, obviously it's against Gannon. It's just a matter of what it is. Looks like it's going to be a legal block in the back for the return team. So let's go ahead and take a look at that Nick Grissom touchdown, though, Zach. I mean, it was something very interesting.
Yeah, it was a 26-yard touchdown run. He goes to the left, cuts it back up the middle, jukes out a. There's a back tackle there, shakes it off, blows his head down, keeps on running outside lanes, and then you can't really see the block here, but James Harris, such a big guy, 6'2", 225, getting a block on defender. Grissom plows it in the end zone, making a 14-point lead for the Vulcans.
I'm sure James Harris likes to get blocks like that. You know, it kind of makes you feel good and a little bit more powerful as well. He's a big boy. Now he's going to take it up the left side, and he'll be brought down right around the original line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, Jensen. Gannon run game really hasn't produced a lot from the first half at least. We'll see if that changes as the second half goes on.
Jason Jones definitely wants to hit that single season rushing record here in California, as now Nadler takes the snap and he throws to his right, and on the screen he evades a few tackles and he'll get some more yardage there, maybe about 1 yard. Actually, I lied to you guys, he got a couple yards on that one.
Yeah, another short gain for Gannon. They've had a lot of these today, not a lot of big plays. I think the longest play for the Golden Knights was a 29-yard pass to about the 1 yard line before they scored eventually on that drive. So they need to get something going through the air. The run game needs to find some more holes. They need to get something going. They're down by 14. If they don't convert here on this third down, they might find themselves down more. Cal's offense can keep their rhythm going. Absolutely. They're in great rhythm right now. They're sinking well, and they're running the ball very well, too. So they're definitely executing well against Gannon's defense. And now they're going to take the snap now, look to his left and try to throw, but it's going to be overthrown and intercepted. A great interception there for Terry Allen, as we like to call it here at CUTV. We'll call it Terry time anytime he makes a big play. And it's Terry time indeed, as he gets up right here. You can't see it exactly, but he gets some hops on that play. Aaron Terry, he's going to have to look real fast. He's only 5'11", 170 pounds, and as a freshman, you might expect him to see him to grow a little bit more as his playing career goes on, but 4 interceptions now this year, Tyler. That's a lot of production out of a true freshman. He's making a run for maybe Defensive Player of the Year for the Vulcans. Absolutely. Instead of catching that one for Sparta, he catches that one for California, and it was a big one now as California keeps their momentum rolling. Knox will take the snap. Up the middle he goes, and he puts his head down and plows forward to about the 18-yard line, Zach. Jeff Knox is showing why he is a power back, as he doesn't try to juke people, he just tries to run through them. Yeah, he puts his shoulders down and keeps running through the defenders. We're not going to see a replay here as California keeps hurrying to the line. They'll never win the time of possession, but if they keep putting points on the board, they won't mind, as they'll go no huddle here. Absolutely, they'll replace that stat with any other stat on the day, as Jeff Knox will take it up the right side now, and he plows through another person there on defense for Gannon, and he'll get down to the 10-yard line. This crowd's getting into it, Zach, and so is Jeff Knox. He's amped up. Yeah, I can see a few people in the stands in front of us standing up and cheering now, getting into it, seeing that Jeff Knox really showing his power. Oh, my goodness, Tyler. We just saw the replay here. Number 1, that is Keyshawn Allen taking his head back. Luckily, he doesn't look like he was hurt. He's on the sideline walking, so good to see he's not severely injured there on that play. As just Jeff Knox really took him down to his feet.
Absolutely. This California team now is rolling Zach, and now they're here in the single back formation. 2 tight ends lined up. As he hands it off to Derek Fiore up the left side, it goes. He's going to shed one tackler. He's going to beat a couple other ones, and he'll be brought down out of bounds right around the 2-yard line. So this running game for California is probably the best run game we've seen all season.
Yeah, doing a good job. We have a late flag come in, however, so we'll have to see it. Most likely going to be a personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against either Gannon or California. We'll have to see here. Yeah, we're a lot of Gannon players, only one Cal player. It's unsportsmanlike against Gannon, so that's going to be half the distance to the goal and an automatic first down, Tyler. So it's going to be 1st and goal now for the Vulcans, looking to add 6 more points to their lead. The extra point would make it 7. Try to make it a 28-7 game. And a Gannon team that they score a lot of points, but their defense can't really hold up. They have to get in the shootout games. If they get down by a lot, they can't climb their way back in.
Tempers are starting to flare now for Gannon as California lines up. Derek Fiore will take the snap, and he'll try to reach the ball into the end zone, but I don't think he's going to be able to. I think his knees will eventually be brought down around the 2-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like he fumbled the ball, but it looks like the ground caused the ball to fumble. That can only happen in the NFL if you're not touched. As soon as you go down, it's a fumble. Oh, it's actually very close, Tyler. He may not have been down. His knee could have been down, but it's very close. That ball comes out. Refs call him down, but a very close play. Fiore's had some fumble troubles. Try saying that 5 times fast throughout the season, so luckily he doesn't get another one caused against him right there.
10-15 left in the third quarter, rather, as California now looks to get into the end zone yet again. Jeff Knox will take the ball, and he'll take it into the end zone for a nice touchdown. And that running game now is just piling on the stats as Jeff Knox puts one in the end zone after he helps the California offense downfield.
Yeah, before that run, Tyler, and adding that run, really, California has 35 rushes for 203 total rushing yards. Now, Gannon led up 407 against Mercyhurst. California might try and replicate that total today, the way they're running the ball so far. There's only been 5 minutes elapsed in the second half.
Absolutely. The wind, as you see in the flags, are just swirling all around. And that kick is up and good. So another point added onto the board. And if you look at your Physical Therapy Institute scoreboard, California leads Gannon now 28-7. When we come back, the rest of the third quarter is among us.
Watch CUTV online anytime, anywhere. Check out your favorite original programs, coverage of the biggest events on campus, and cheer on your Vulcan sports teams. CUTV. Log on. Tune in now. Visit cutv.calu.edu/live. You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
And we welcome you back to Hebner Bailey Field at Adamson Stadium. And as you see, California currently leads Gannon 28-7 here in the third quarter now. 10:07 left on the clock as Nuz's kick is now out and away. It's a booming kick out to the end zone. It'll be taken in the end zone, and he'll be brought out to the left side. It goes. He has some open running room, and he'll be brought down hard around the 29-yard line. Saw his head snap back a little bit, but nonetheless, pretty decent return there for Gannon.
And we're going to look at the PSAC West standings now. Tyler, Slippery Rock, California, and Gannon all tied in top 3 and 1. Slippery Rock a top spot because they are 6 and 1 overall, but Gannon actually beat Slippery Rock, so that was something to note there. California with the lead against Gannon today. Slippery Rock beating Edinburgh 24-7 at halftime. You see IUP Mercyhurst, IUP winning 21-6. That game is in the third quarter as well, so still a lot of room left to work with the rest of the season.
Absolutely, a lot of things are shaking up now in the PSAC West as he now takes a snap, and it'll be complete over the middle to his receiver, and he'll be brought down hard by BJ Stevens. No penalties on that one, but fortunately everyone's okay.
That actually wasn't BJ Stevens, Tyler. That was Aaron Terry. We've called his name a lot today in the defensive backfield, doing a good job of making sure receivers don't really get away from him, but we're having a discussion here. We might have a penalty for horse collar here, but they are actually going to say no foul for horse collar. So I think that's a good decision as Terry got his arms around the front of his body and whipped him around. He didn't put his hand in the shoulder pads and drag him down.
Yeah, I saw gray on that one, Zach, and that's what kind of threw me off a little bit. That white sleeve turned a little bit gray now. So good play by Aaron Terry. He's been having a heck of a game, as now Jones will take, actually he'll keep it himself, Nadler will, and he'll get the first down as he slides to about the, I believe the 41-yard line.
Yeah, Liam Nadler trying to do it all himself now, the sophomore quarterback, 6'7". He's a big guy, hard to take down. He slides for a first down about the 43-yard line. So 1st and 10 now. 9:25 left in the third quarter. Gannon, if they want to start a comeback, they have to do it here. They can't let any time run off further in this quarter or this game.
Ball spotted at the 43 now as Nadler takes a snap. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to throw over the middle, and it's complete. But another hard hit again as there's a flag in the offensive backfield. We'll see what that one is all about.
I think this might be an offside, so it looked like a couple of the players on the Cal defensive line were lining up in the neutral zone. So we'll have to get the call right here, though.
And that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be an offsides on the defense, as you said.
And that's going to be against BJ Stevens. So California hasn't sacked Nadler today. Maybe trying to get a little bit of an advantage there on that play and try and rush the passer.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it, Zach. Their defense has been playing very well, as we said, not allowing much to happen on the running game for Gannon, and not allowing Jones to get to that single-season rushing record yet. As Nadler now takes a snap and hands it off to Jones. Jones is going to take it up the middle, but California's defense stands strong and only allows up about 1 or 2 yards.
Yeah, a gain of 2 on that play. We'll have to see exactly how many. That puts Jones at maybe around 40, 45 yards. So he's still got a little bit of a ways to go before the record. It'd be nice to get it here today, but the way Cal's defense has played against him, he might not.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have been standing up strong. They've had problems in the past couple of games stopping the run, Zach, but that's not the case this game. They're holding very strong. It'll be 2nd and about 8 now for Nadler. He takes a snap, looks left, throws on the screen. It'll be complete as he can't get around that defender there, and the swarm of black jerseys now take an effect, and they'll only let up about 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, a famous saying from the Star Wars movie is Admiral Akbar, it's a trap. Right there, Tyler, is the receiver, number 8. That's Quad Law, not able to get away from the shoestring tackle, and then the swarm of Cal defenders led by Dewey McDonald and company take him down, make it 3rd and 6 from the 25 with 7:45 left in the third quarter.
Absolutely, it'll be 3rd and 5 now, 3rd and 7 on our scoreboard. As Nadler is now under center, sidecar to his left, twins to each side. Nadler takes a snap, looks left and throws left. It'll be thrown behind the back of the receiver, and that'll bring up 4th and about 5. This could be a very long attempt for the Golden Knights.
And Gannon is going for it, and you have to at this point. 7.5 minutes left in the third. It's going to be 4th and 6, actually, Tyler. So they need to get to the 19-yard line for a new set of downs. You might see a short pass here, a slant route maybe, try to run into the middle of the field, where coverage sometimes opens up, but a big opportunity here for the Golden Knights.
Absolutely is. Nadler takes a snap over the middle, and a great job by Dewey McDonald to break up the play, but they're going to call that pass interference on Dewey McDonald.
Yeah, and Tyler, I think the reason they got this is because McDonald got there a little bit early, coming around the back. He might have grabbed with his other arm and gotten the deflection there, so McDonald will get flagged for interference on that play. That's going to be a spot foul, I believe. It's going to be an automatic first down. That's going to put Gannon in the red zone.
We'll take a look at the pass here. Nadler, yeah, I mean, I can't say he wasn't playing the ball in that one, but the referees feel that he was definitely playing the receiver rather than the ball, so that'll be called every time. That's going to be a nice fresh set of downs for Gannon, and they look to put some points on the board here as they now threaten in the red zone.
Ball on the 17-yard line. First time in the red zone for quite a while for Gannon, as we have a flag here. Looks like it's going to be false start, so they're going to back themselves out of it now. Make it 1st and 15.
And that's what this is going to be now. It's going to be a false start on Gannon, so that's going to push them back a little bit just as things are getting rolling. And I mean, actually, they're going to wave off the penalty. They're going to say no false start. So
I believe they said that there's no false start because the game clock didn't reset, Tyler. So a good opinion right there for the referees, making sure that the game clock did start and it did not. So no penalty on that play.
Nadler takes a snap, hands it off to Jones. Up the middle it goes. And just inching his way forward there for a gain of about 4 yards. He can't just quite break anything, but he's just chipping away slowly but surely.
And that's the way some of the best backs do it. You look at Adrian Peterson and Marshawn Lynch in the NFL. They're backs that like to get hit and break some tackles, chip away some yards, and then eventually you'll find that one long run that adds to your total rushing yards for the day.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Adrian Peterson is definitely a gut runner. I mean, he runs right up the middle almost every time. As Nadler now takes a snap, looks left on the screen, it'll be complete to Quad Law. Quad Law takes up the left side now, and he'll be brought out of bounds around the 10-yard line. But there is a flag on the play. We'll see what that one has to be about.
And Quad Law, Tyler, more info about the receiver. He's a sophomore, 5'7". Hails from Denora, Pennsylvania. Actually went to Ringgold High School, so he's a local product going to Gannon in the Erie area, I believe. I'm from Georgia, so I don't really know where Gannon is at. If you could correct me in a moment, but we'll have to see if the penalty will stand on this play.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look. They're going to call it a hands in the face penalty on the offense. So that's going to push them back further, but you are right. Quad Law is from Ringgold. I've heard his name quite a few times on maybe John Fetchko's skylights here around the WPIAL, but Erie is the home of the Gannon Golden Knights. Their football stadium is actually located about 6 blocks away from Lake Erie. So in the wintertime, it's a very, very cold environment, very windy, and a lot of snow too. So nonetheless, there's Quad Law, as you see there. Not very much height to him, but I tell you what, he's a very athletic person. And that's why he's playing for Gannon. I mean, he's very good, he's very athletic, and he's going to make a big impact on this team.
Yeah, he's Gannon's version of Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson, a senior. We might see Quad Law become the new Air Trey, if you could say that.
And the pass will be complete to the receiver there, right on the sideline. It'll be marked out at around the 15-yard line. So a nice catch there by Ocasio.
Yeah, doing a great job. The defender for California, we'll have to see who it was. Looks like number 8, Ronnie Gillen, not able to jump in front of the ball and tip it away. Ocasio gets the completion, makes it 3rd and 4, the 11-yard line for the Golden Knights.
6 minutes left on the scoreboard now as it ticks down. It's going to be 3rd and about 9 now for the Golden Knights. There's some confusion now on offense. They finally get settled now. Twins to each side. Sidecar to his left. Take the snap. Now they'll throw over the middle, and it'll be brought down around the 9-yard line, but it'll be short of the first down, so it's going to bring up 4th and short now for the Golden Knights.
And you have to mention they have to go for it here. Field goal opportunity, although it's a chip shot, it's no guarantee based on the wind. Our camera operator, the camera 3, Alison Steinheiser, told us that it's basically swirling down there. It's not just one direction. It's going all over the place. The wind is. So Gannon, they have to go for it here. If they don't get it, California takes over. This might be the game here for Gannon if they can convert.
Nadler lines up in the I formation. And he's going to take the snap and hand it off to Jones, and he gets forward, but he's going to be stopped before he gets to that first down line. I don't think the referees are going to give it to him, Zach. I think he was short.
Yeah, it looks like from our spot here, we're at a little bit of an angle. Looks like he might be short. We might get a measurement here just to... Actually, no, we're not going to get a measurement. California will take over on down, so a big stand right there, keeping Gannon off the scoreboard. And Tyler, we're going to look at the hunt for November. There's a few teams still looking to get into the playoffs, and the first regional rankings come out this week for Super Region 1.
Absolutely. Look how close it is. 3 teams at 7-0 right now, and you got Slippery Rock, Virginia State, Winston-Salem all sitting at 6-1, and there are a lot of teams who are 5-2 and 11 that are 4-3 that are still eligible to make it in. Mercyhurst is still eligible to make it in as well. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen in these next couple of weeks, and that's why it's getting really exciting here. As now Harris will take the snap and look left to throw. He has Mike Williams open, and it's going to be intercepted. A tip drill goes into Gannon's favor as he falls down right around the 36-yard line. A huge interception there for Gannon.
There is a flag on the play, Tyler, so we'll have to see if it stands, but I believe it probably will. Nonetheless, though, if we have a replay of it, Mike Williams tipped the ball away, trying to keep it out of the hands of, there's actually a personal foul chop block on the return team. Gannon will keep the ball, though, so it's going to be first down Gannon, but Mike Williams tried to tip the ball away from the defender on him. That was number 19, Nick Bengal. And he tipped it right to number 31, Mike Sanders, who made another interception as his second of the day. We could have touched on him in our open. We touched on Luke Ranke, who leads the team in tackles. Sanders, I think, was second on the team, so doing a good job. It's Gannon trying to force some turnovers, but you still have very little time left to try and come back. 3 scores in just over 19 minutes is saying a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, things are really starting to shake up now, and Gannon now starting to get some momentum back on their side after that Sanders interception. Now he takes a snap, he's going to look right, throw, and it's going to be thrown behind Ocasio, and that'll be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, and on that play, number 47 for the Vulcans, Maurice Dixon, looked like he tried to tip the pass. He read the quarterback's eyes, not able to tip it, but Ocasio thrown right behind him, not able to hold on to it. So, going to bring up 2nd and 10 right at midfield for the Golden Knights.
Nadler backs up into the shotgun formation, trips left, and a sidecar to his left as well. That's Jones again. Nadler takes a snap, looks right and throws. He has Ocasio there, but the play is broken up by Terry time.
Aaron Terry, we have to say he might be the defensive player of the game, if not the year for the Vulcans. We said that before, but he's doing such a great job. He has an interception already today, breaks that one up. Doesn't get an interference call on that one. Got there just before the ball, but he didn't play the receiver, which is the most important thing in interference calls, whether it be defensive or offensive, whichever team it goes against.
Aaron Terry has been playing very, very well for this team as of late, and very well in this game as well. Nadler takes the snap now, looks left and throws left. He has a receiver there, but it's almost intercepted there by Dewey McDonald. Can't keep his hands on it, but that'll bring up 4th down for the Golden Knights.
Yeah, Dewey McDonald, teams have started to learn not to throw to him because he's a pick machine, basically. I think he's had 2 interceptions returned for touchdowns this year. My memory serves me right. I know he had one against IUP, that's the only score of the game, but doing a good job getting his hands up, tipping the ball down. Now we're going to have another punt from Adam Schaefer for the Golden Knights.
Jerry Johnson back to receive now for the Vulcans. As the punt is away now. It's a spiraling punt to about the 10-yard line. Going to bounce now out of bounds around the 6-yard line. So that's where Harris and company are going to come out now. But, Zach, I mean, you're watching this game now and you realize what we do, but you can check out our stuff online as well. You can check out our live Ustream at cutv.calu.edu, our website, as well as you can go on YouTube, type in CUTV Sports 1, all one word, and watch our programming and see our beautiful faces, hear our beautiful voices, and see our artwork, basically, as we paint the portrait with our cameras.
Absolutely, Tyler. As an announcer, you try to paint the picture. Our cameras help us. Our graphics people help us. Our replays help us. And, of course, our director helps us as well.
And that run there will not go for very much at all. Actually, it'll be a loss of yardage for the Fort, Jeff Knox Jr., and that'll bring up 2nd and about 13.
So Jeff Knox not getting the power running that we saw at the beginning of the 3rd quarter going. California's rhythm and offense might have died down a little bit off that interception. They've sat a while on the bench as well, so they might try to get reacclimated to the game level as well.
Absolutely. Harris hands off to Fiore now as he goes up the left side. And there's going to be a flag on the play. I believe that might be a holding call. But we'll see what the referees have decided to come up with, and they'll go ahead and converse a little bit here.
And it's going to be illegal hands to the face, I believe, actually. So another bad penalty for the Vulcans right there. Going to back them up to about the 2-yard line and make it 2nd and 14. Fiore didn't take a break, I guess, though, as he was running hard on that play. We saw maybe a little bit of burst of speed from him as well. So good running there, as Fiore might have been trumped by Nick Grissom on the depth chart. Not officially, but Grissom's gotten a little bit more playing time on this game.
Ball now located at the 5-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 11 now for the Vulcans. They're struggling to get out of their own red zone area right now, but Harris is going to look to make that change here on this play. Harris takes a snap, hands it off to Fiore. Fiore will take it up the left side. He bounces off a few defenders, and he'll be taken down right around the original line of scrimmage. Gannon's defense very amped up right now, Zach.
Yeah, they are playing in a very high level right at the moment. They're getting amped up. We see a lot of the players come away excited, clapping their hands, saying we stopped them. Because early in the third quarter, they weren't able to say that. California really ran all over them, and they've had trouble stopping the run all season. We mentioned 400 rushing yards Mercyhurst had against the same defense. So with just under 3 minutes left in the third quarter, Gannon still has a shot here, but they have to stop California from driving down the field as well.
This would be a great way to definitely push them back for a punt. Andrew Surratt would basically be at the very back of the end zone to punt the ball away, so it'd be a great way to put maybe 2 points on the board and block the punt and get a safety. But Harris will take the snap and hand it off to his running back. Up the middle it goes. Gannon's defense stopping the run now, and Surratt and company are going to have to come out and punt the ball away.
Yeah, and that drive, Tyler, I believe California had 5 plays that went for 0 total yards, maybe 1 at the most. California, their running back's not doing a good job of running down the field. It's going to be 4th and 9 from the 7-yard line. And honestly, if you're Andrew Surratt, you might let this one just go through the back of the end zone, get a free kick, drive Gannon farther down the field. We see it sometimes happen. I don't know if it'll happen here, though.
No, it looks like Surratt's going to go ahead and kick it away. Spiraling punt will be taken at the 49-yard line. And trying to tackle him now, a huge block there from number 21. And the returner still on his feet, and he'll be brought down right around midfield. Number 21 for Gannon on that nice block was Tashawn Sneed. I've seen him a few times. But nonetheless, we have the tweet of the week as well. And we haven't had one for about 4 weeks, Zach. And I tell you what, I'm a little upset. I mean, if you tweet us at CUTV_PA and use the hashtag CUTV booth, we will read your tweet on air. But we have no tweet to read, Zach.
Yeah, it's very upsetting. We love to hear the fans' interaction with us, and not getting any tweets really upsets me. I'm known for my Southern hospitality, and I might get a little angry if we don't get a tweet of the week coming up.
Jones will take it up the middle, gain him about 5 yards, but I'll tell you what, I hope it doesn't upset you to the point of making you maybe pass out at a Collinsville area high school football game on a Friday night in the freezing cold temperatures. As yesterday you kind of had a scary moment. You weren't feeling so well, and you kind of passed out and smacked your shoulder off the bleacher, but somehow, miraculously, you're here right now announcing a Division II football game with me.
Yeah, it happened about maybe 7:30 last night. Got home about maybe 9:30, so I was all fine. It seemed my blood pressure just dropped a little too low, but I'm feeling good now here with my buddy Tyler, so watching some D2 football, and I can't stay away from football, Tyler. It's just too hard. If it was a road trip, it might be something different, but knowing that I live at Vulcan Village, 5 minutes away, it's hard to stay away, as we have a big hit right here. There is no flag on the play, Tyler. I don't know if you saw that hit from Dewey McDonald, though, but that was a crushing blow. When we watch Penguins games, we see the Subway sandwich of the game. That might have been a candidate right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Quad lob wasn't the intended receiver, so I think that's why Dewey McDonald's hit won't be penalized there. The intended receiver on that play was actually Justin Ham. Just can't come down with it, though, and that's going to cause a punt now, and that might put California back as Trey Johnson now lines up at the 10-yard line. This punter for Gannon has a very, very strong leg in Schaefer, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to coffin corner this one. as it goes right around the 10-yard line. Actually, Trey Johnson's going to fair catch it at the 10-yard line. So that's going to drive them back a little bit. We'll see if Harrison Company has a little bit more success driving the ball downfield on this one.
Yeah, we might see a little bit more passing and short intermediate routes to Trey Johnson, Mike Williams, Des Green even. The tight end can get a lot of short yardage and turn it into a big play. We've seen that a couple times, but California needs their offense to get a rhythm again, and we talked about it. You know, California, they're up 28-7, just over a minute left in the third quarter. They still have the whole fourth quarter left to play, but you can't get overconfident in your offense and your defense. You've held your opponents to 21 points through the last 11 quarters, basically, so you can't get overconfident. You have to keep things going.
Harris takes a snap, looks left, and throws to the screen route to Mike Williams. He's going to take it up to the 20-yard line. Flag now on the play, and he'll be dragged down way past the 20-yard line where he originally ended up. But I'm guessing the flag on the play is going to be a holding call, Zach, and that might bring the Vulcans back 5 extra yards.
Yeah, and we can hear the coaches for California next to us. We can hear them banging on the desk. And it looks like that was holding on Trey Johnson, so a surprising hold candidate right there. Usually you see at the offensive line, but going out for a block there. I mentioned they need the short intermediate routes, and they did that, but it goes all for naught. It's going to be 1st and 15 as the penalty, as I believe it's 1st and 15, unless they call it a spot foul, but I believe it's going to be halfway to the goal line. So
now the stick moves. It's going to be a spot foul, I believe, Zach, as they're calling it 1st and 14 now. But you go back to eligible receivers. I mean, Zamir McDowell, we've seen a couple times in the past couple games go out for some short intermediate routes and just get the ball downfield, and it's worked well for him. Harris takes a snap and fakes the handoff to Jeff Knox. He's going to keep it himself up the middle, and he gets taken down violently around the 18-yard line. So fortunately, he's able to get up and walk up and get back to the huddle.
Yeah, and that looks like that might be the last play of the third quarter. So there's only 17 seconds left. The game clock has about 29, so that'll be the last play of the third quarter, I believe. So they're going to march down the other side of the field, but it's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 11-yard line. They need to get to the 20 for a new set of downs when we come back.
Absolutely, and a good third quarter action here for California, but if you're Gannon, you're looking to strike back. You're down 21. They're going to try to make it happen next on CUTV.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills 1 person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
You are watching CUTV, California University Television.
And we welcome you back to Addison Stadium here. As you see on your Lee Supply Company scoreboard, California currently leads Gannon 28-7. But Gannon's going to try to look to make a comeback here in the fourth quarter if they want their PSAC West championship dreams to stay alive. Zach, it's been a very interesting game so far, especially for California, charting some unfamiliar territory now with over 200 yards rushing on the day.
Yeah, and Jeff Knox has 105 of them himself, so doing a really good job on the ground against the Gannon defense that doesn't protect the run very well.
Nice screenplay there for Trey Johnson as he steps out of bounds around the 13-yard line, but there's a flag on the play, and this might be a holding call, maybe on Desmond Green.
Flag on the near side of the field.
So another bad penalty there, Tyler. It's going to be maybe 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13 on the play. You see Trey Johnson. It's actually Mike Williams gets the penalty called. The block in the back as Trey Johnson tries to juke some people out. And Tyler, we have a couple score updates from around the PSAC. IUP still up 21-6. Slippery Rock up 31-7 against Edinburgh. Westchester at Shippensburg. They are tied at 14. East Stroudsburg at Kutztown. They are tied at 7.
Yeah, that Westchester Shippensburg game, it comes down to the top 3 in the PSAC East right now. And if Westchester wins that one, that brings them one step closer to winning the PSAC East, but they have to get through Bloomsburg to do so. So that'll be an interesting matchup as well. Harris hands the ball off to Nick Grissom. He goes up the right side. He has a lot of running room there, and he'll be taken out of bounds right around the 30-yard line. So a nice run there by Nick Grissom, using that speed to his advantage.
Yeah, and this time no penalty flags, which has to be a good sight for Mike Keller and the rest of the Cal U coaches. A big gain right there. It's a 21-yard run officially, so Nick Grissom might try and go over 100 total yards himself. Like we said, there might be a competition between the backs who can get the most yards throughout the season. Jeff Knox currently leading.
Absolutely, ball spotted at the 27-yard line. That's where Nick Grissom was forced out of bounds. He'll take the snap and hand it off to Grissom again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1 on that one, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that time Grissom not able to work it to the outside, runs right into the middle. He's not really a gut back like Fiore or Knox are. He tries to get to the outside routes, which are better made for him. He's the speed back of the stable. So it looks like we have Grissom and Fiore both in here on this play.
Defense jumps there, but not the entire way. They won't get the encroachment on that one. Harris has 2 receivers to his left, 2 sidecars, as you mentioned, Zach. Harris takes a snap and looks left and throws. And it was attempted to go to Kawan Scott on that one, but just wasn't able to get it to him.
And that's the first time we've called Kawan Scott's name, so I don't know if he was being benched by the Cal coaches or just not seeing a lot of playing time today. Nadir Brown, I'm sure, has done a lot in practice, and the opportunities he's had to get some more playing time over Scott, but that time Scott not able to take advantage of his own opportunities and get a big catch right there.
You've seen C.J. Goodwin get in a couple times too, Zach, so maybe C.J. Goodwin proving some worth as well. As Harris lines up now in the shotgun formation, he'll take the snap and look right, he'll throw, and he has his receiver there, and that's Derek Fiore. He'll be brought down just over the 30-yard line, but that'll bring up 4th down now for the Vulcans.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 6 as we have about 13 minutes left in the game. So Andrew Surratt is going to come out to punt now. He has a very strong leg. I believe he was tied for the longest punt in all of Division II, or he has the lead overall, a 79-yarder against IUP. That's 5th, I believe, in all divisions of NCAA football.
Quad Law back to return it now for Gannon. And his punt is away. It's high. It'll take around the 22-yard line. And Quad Law's going to take it up to about the 41-yard line. That's where he'll be brought down, and that's where Nadler and company is going to come out and try to put more points on the board for Gannon. But we look at the upcoming telecast, Zach. That big game against Slippery Rocks right around the corner.
Yeah, that has to be the biggest remaining matchup for Vulcan football next weekend. I know you won't be there. I know you'll be checking the scores, absolutely, though. And November 5th, you have Vulcan volleyball against Seton Hill at the Old Hamer Hall. First time I'll ever do a telecast from there myself. Then Mercyhurst football game. And then November 16th, and that's in about 3 weeks, you have either going to Millersville or the PSAC championship. And then the first basketball game, November 20th at Gannon.
Nadler takes a snap, looks to the right and throws. It's thrown way over his head. And there's a couple flags on that one there for Ocasio. He called for the flag and he got it. I don't know if he was in reach of that one, Zach, but nonetheless, the officials thought he might have been.
Yeah, we're going to get a pass interference call here. So there's pass interference on the defense. If we have a replay, we'll see who exactly it was. We're actually not going to get a replay, so we can't tell you who it was. We might in a minute when our sidearm stats update. But nonetheless, California's defense is still doing a good job of covering the receivers today. Gannon only has 133 passing yards, so doing a good job of limiting Nadler's production through the air.
Yeah, now they're starting to work now better as the game progresses. And Nadler's going to take the snap, and he's looking, he throws over to the right side. He has a receiver there, but it's overthrown. And no flag on that play either. So good job by the coverage there for Rodney Gillen and the California defense.
Yeah, it looks like he might have been beaten a little bit, but the pass not able to be held on to by the receiver. I believe that was Abraham Ocasio. So good job for Gillen to get his body in front of the receiver and make sure that he didn't have a clean opportunity to catch the ball. If he came down with it, good for the receiver, but he's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now from the 46.
12-17 left in this fourth quarter. Nadler takes a snap, throws to his right, and it's complete to Ocasio, but it'll be about a gain of 4 or 5 yards. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Gannon Golden Knights.
And now it's actually number 5, Justin Calistay. He's a 5'5" receiver, Tyler, so a very small receiver. He's a junior from he's a junior from Roseville, California. So far travels for him to come all the way to Gannon.
Absolutely a bad idea on my part there. Couldn't exactly see the numbers, but good to see different receivers now working in for Nadler as he throws the ball to Ocasio this time. That is number 2, but he won't get the first down. Rather, he'll be just short of it.
Yeah, he'll be about a yard short, and the refs are actually giving him a bad spot, in my opinion. They're marking him maybe a yard behind. So, excuse me, he should be about the 43. They're marking him at the 42, though. So, a bad break right there for Gannon. Ocasio maybe trying to plead his case, but to no avail as it brings up 4th and 2 now with 11:20 left.
Ball spotted on the 38-yard line. Now they're trying to tell his offensive line what needs to happen in order for this play to work. Nadler takes a snap and hands it off to Jones. He'll go up the middle. He has more room, and he'll continue to roll as he goes to the 22-yard line. So a nice run there. He originally needed 17. He might have gotten that, Zach. He's getting very, very close to that single-season rushing record.
Yeah, I believe he might be just 1 yard short now. So he will definitely get the record here today, barring any unforeseen circumstances to Jones or his team. And with 10:45 left, he has a very good opportunity to get that record.
Absolutely, as he's going to hold on to himself, Nadler is, and he's going to throw over the left side. Intercepted in the end zone. He's going to take it up the right side. He has running room, Zach. He's going to keep going. He has the blocks. He has to beat Nadler. Nadler gets to C.J. Towns before he can get to the end zone. Towns gets to about the 30-yard line. So good job by Nadler, at least correcting his mistake a little bit by taking C.J. Towns out. But a huge interception for California.
Yeah, C.J. Towns, not the fastest safety in the world, and we see that right here, not able to outrun every defender, but still gives California a very good field position, about the 35, maybe the 30-yard line. So doing a good job. The receiver was blanketed in coverage by California. Towns is in the end zone just waiting for the ball. Grabbed it, ran down the sideline. And now James Harrison Company will set up 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line.
You can see Towns on that play getting definitely really tired when he got around the 40-yard line. As now Harris takes a snap and hands it off to Fiore. Up the right side it goes. Flag on the play this time. But yeah, I mean, C.J. Towns, getting winded. This cold air will definitely make your lungs hurt when you're running a lot. So I would imagine that's what happened.
Yeah, it reminds me of one of my favorite plays in Steelers history. James Harrison's 100-yard interception return. As we have a holding against the Vulcans. And then Saturday Night Live making a parody of it. I believe it was Keenan Anderson or Keenan Thompson who was doing the parody, and he goes, how far can 100 yards be? Someone tackle me, please. So you see a little bit of rendition right there. Towns still doing a good job, though, for the Vulcans defense getting down the field.
Absolutely. Cold weather now in part. It is the end of October. The spirit of Halloween is now striking us. And actually Halloween's coming up next week, Zach, so we're getting there. But nonetheless, Harris's pass is complete to C.J. Goodwin, and he'll take it back up to the original line of scrimmage, right around the 29-yard line. Strucken isn't really a word, Zach, but, I have my own vocabulary. I'm going to say it's a word.
Yeah, I'm going to say that the word you were probably looking for is stricken. So or
even
struck. Or struck. So we're going to get a little vocabulary. We're going to get a vocabulary lesson right here for ourselves. And maybe we didn't eat enough of our alphabet soup when we were younger to play with all the words and make sentences, Tyler. But nonetheless, 2nd and 9 from the 28.
Harris takes a snap, looks right, and he throws to Mike Williams. And Mike Williams, so he brought down right around the 21-yard lines. But nonetheless, you know what really rhymes with struck? And that's truck. Truck rhymes with struck. We're going to have a vocabulary lesson. Might as well just go ahead and go full bore into it. With 9:07 left in this game, clock's going to stop. It's going to be 3rd and 2 now for the Vulcans as they loom into the red zone of the Gannon Golden Knights. Harris will take the snap, and he's going to keep it himself up the left side. He goes. He gets the first down and then some, as he's going to be brought down around the 17-yard line. So James Harris padded his rushing stats a little bit as well.
Yeah, doing a good job. I believe last time we checked, he had about maybe 20 yards rushing. So just putting him over that right now, getting the key 3rd down conversion. 8.5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. The Vulcans looking to add to their lead.
Harris takes a snap and hands it off to Grissom up the middle. He'll try to go, but the defensive line of Gannon will bring him down right around the line of scrimmage. So not much happening there for Grissom.
And still no loss for Grissom. He only has 1 play on the year, and I believe that was actually a fumble. Excuse me. So Grissom does a good job of running north-south instead of going east to west. He likes to get to the outside, but he knows that as he gets outside, he needs to turn upfield and not just run towards the sideline.
Harris will line up now in the shotgun formation, his favorite formation. Harris looks back and throws to his right. He has his receiver there, Mike Williams, and he'll be pushed out of bounds right around the 3-yard line. So getting closer and closer, that'll bring up 1st and goal now for the Vulcans.
Yeah, and they are in prime position, Tyler. We mentioned in our open that California has scored 33 or more points in every matchup they've ever had against Gannon, so they're looking to replicate that here. If they can get in the end zone, they'll put them about 34, 35, barring the extra point. So the offense always produces pretty well against the Gannon Golden Knights. And the offense overall has done pretty well over the last few weeks. If they get it in here, that'll be 103 total points in just under 12 quarters.
And it's going to be a pitch to Jeff Knox out on the right side. And he'll get into the end zone for that nice touchdown run. And that will surely put the nail in the coffin for Gannon. 7:16 left. Beautiful run by Jeff Knox, and he's having a great game. That's his 2nd rushing touchdown on the day, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we'll have to check right here. We'll go to our individual stats. And Jeff Knox, actually, I believe he has 3 touchdowns on the day now, Tyler. So I believe that goes over his highest season total. Unless that actually counts for the last touchdown, we'll have to check in a moment. But nonetheless, Jeff Knox doing a very good job of getting into the end zone for the Vulcans.
Absolutely. Cody Newsom's extra point attempt is good. So that puts another point on the board for California as they now lead Gannon 35-7, as you see on your Lee Supply Company scoreboard. When we come back, the rest of the 4th quarter right here on CUTV.
CUTV is your home for local high school football action. Sundays at 8:30, Thursdays at 5:30, only on CUTV.
You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
And we welcome you back to Hefner Bailey Field as you hear the iron in the background being slammed by the sledgehammer, and the Vulcan mascot cheering on that person as well. But nonetheless, Cody Newsell lining up for his kickoff attempt here. California leading Gannon 35-7, 7:16 left in the game. California has come out very strong in this one, Zach. A very good run game so far, and they've been playing very good rush defense as well.
Yeah, very good rush defense as the kickoff is away, and it's actually fumbled by Gannon, but still returned.
Quad Law is going to take it up the right side, and he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So Quad Law gets him some extra yardage there, but that's where Gannon's going to have to come out and try to make something happen. This might be what you call garbage time now, where some backups might get in, and you might just try to get some experience levels up and try to make something happen, as we see some unfamiliar players there for California checking into the game now. Number 47 is Maurice Dixon, and then you see number 6 as well, Jawan Bryant. You see his name a couple times here and there. So some of the backups are now starting to check in for each team, and now it's just time to build some experience as Gannon now trails California rather by 28.
Yeah, and Chaz Veal, a sophomore defensive back, I believe he plays safety, he's in there as well. So getting a lot of younger players in the game to prepare for next week at Slippery Rock.
And now there's pass over the middle. It's complete to Quad Law. He'll take it up the right side now to around the 50-yard line. And only brought out of bounds at the 50. So a nice job by Quad Law, the local product, now putting some receiving yards on his stat sheet.
Yeah, always good to see individual stats, but I'm sure Quad Law would trade all of those receiving yards for a Gannon victory, which looks like they might not come away with today. There's under 7 minutes left. You're down by 4 possessions, so California's defense has just done a really good job of limiting all of Gannon in their opportunities.
Now there takes a snap over the right side. It goes to Jones, and he'll bring it down to around the 47-yard line, so no rushing yards on that one. He only needs about 1 more yard to get that single-season rushing record. It's not for certain if he'll actually get it or not this game.
Yeah, usually you don't see a lot of run plays in garbage time. You're trying to come back in this game. You're trying to look it up now how many he has. And he's actually 2 yards shy, Tyler. So 2nd and 2, we might see him get it here, just try and get the first down, but you never know, he might not.
And Jones will take this, actually, now there takes a snap rather, throws it to Quad Law, but it's going to be incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and 2 now for the Knights.
So this might be the opportunity we see Jansen Jones. If he doesn't get it here, you have to go for it on 4th down, but this might be one of his last opportunities to get the record today, Tyler. So it'll be interesting to see if we get to see history be made for the Gannon Golden Knights.
Yeah, if you're Gannon, you might not want to see him get it this game. You might want to see him maybe get it in a victory. Maybe it's your home crowd as well. But it'll be interesting to see. Actually, he's going to get the handoff, and he's going to get his 2 yards. So he breaks history for the Gannon Golden Knights. Good job by Jansen Jones, breaking the single-season rushing record for the Gannon Golden Knights. And let's go ahead and take a look at the record-breaking run for Jansen Jones.
I believe that's going to put him about 1,100 yards on the season, Tyler. So very big accomplishment for Jones and the Golden Knights. They've had a very upstart season, they're starting to take a downwards turn as Adler's almost sacked and just throws it away. But good to see Jones having a good individual season. He is a senior running back, so in his last year, good to see him do some amazing things for the team.
Absolutely. I mean, he deserves it very much so. He's been on this roster obviously for 4 years, but nonetheless, he's had a huge impact on this team. Even through the good times and the bad, he's been there, and he's tried to help out as much as he possibly can on offense as Nadler now takes the snap, looks left and throws. He has a receiver open, but it's dropped before he can catch it, so that'll bring up 4th down now for the Golden Knights.
It will be 4th down. Actually, no, I think that's only going to be 3rd down, Tyler. So Gannon still with 2 more opportunities. 5:28 left in the game. They don't get it here. California will probably go into their 4-minute offense, milk the clock down with their running game. You might see a little bit more of Derek Fiore and Nick Grissom, try and get them some extra yards. Rest Jeff Knox, who's your starter for next week.
Here I am losing track of the downs right now, Zach. I saw the wind blowing the down marker a little bit there, so I thought that's what might have made it a 4th down, but nonetheless, that pass will be incomplete. Out of bounds it goes, so that'll bring up 4th down and 10 this time. And like I said, the wind is distracting the players down there, and now it's starting to distract me a little bit.
Yeah, so Nadler, another long pass here, Tyler. Goes incomplete, but I'm sorry, but I have to do this. You're getting a little bit of teasing coming from the truck about watching the wind and getting a little ADD maybe, but I can't bring myself to tease you. You're my buddy. so I can't do it.
Yeah, I appreciate the support there, Zach. Bullying is mean. Bullying is very mean. So I don't like to be bullied. As Nadler now takes a snap, he looks left. He tries to throw, and it's almost intercepted by Terrell Roberson, but he just can't get to it in time, and that'll be a turnover on downs for the Knights.
Yeah, so California's going to walk out of here with a victory almost assuredly now. California's defense, I guess you could say, kind of bullied the Golden Knights offense today, as we're still cracking up here from what you said. I'm sure our director is still too, but holding Gannon total, I had to see here, to maybe 200 yards total, as Cody Schroeder is actually going to come out as the quarterback. We've seen this the last few games as well, get him some playing time. An interesting stat here, Liam Nadler, 18 completions in 41 attempts. You're not going to win any game with stats like that.
Yeah, it's tough to win that kind of game like that, but Schroeder will keep the ball himself on the play-action fake. He has a receiver downfield open, and he's going to not come up with it. He had the ball underneath him. That's Gary Brown. Just not able to hold on to it, though.
Yeah, we see Gary Brown. I believe that's Zamir McDowell, another receiver we don't call a lot, number 87. Paul Butler's in there. And across the field, looks like an 86. I'm not exactly sure. 86 is Kellen McCants. He's a junior wide receiver. He might be in there. It's hard to tell exactly. So a lot of backups in on this possession, try and get them some playing time. You never know when injuries might strike.
5:11 left in the fourth quarter now. Zach, as Schroeder takes the snap, and he actually misses the handoff. A little bit of miscommunication between him and Derek Fiore, as Cody Schroeder now gets up, and he was trying to say, hey, that handoff was to you, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, and a little bit of frustration there. Cody Schroeder, he was benched during the IUP game. He had 2 interceptions in the end zone, which really caused them to lose, but he's been doing a really good job in the playing time he gets, adding to his stats. He actually is still the leading passer for the Vulcans over James Harris. I don't know if that will still stand after today, but he still does a good job. I guess you could call it garbage time, but nonetheless, still does a good job with the receivers that he plays with now. I'm sure he's still a viable option if Harris ever happened to go down.
Absolutely. He's that reliable backup that you want on your team, as Schroeder now throws over the middle. It's complete to his receiver there, and he'll be brought down around the 41-yard line. Number 83 on our rosters is Jason Adamson Jr. I don't think we've ever called his name all year, Zach.
Not when I've been broadcasting with you, at least. I've called it maybe once or twice when I broadcast with some of our other crew members, but a redshirt freshman from Rochester High School in Rochester, Pennsylvania, doing a good job getting his own opportunities right there and converting with 3:55 left in the fourth.
Schroeder back to pass again. It's thrown to the right to Jerry Brown. Actually, no, I can't see the number actually on that one. It is 81, so that is Jerry Brown. Gary Brown. I don't know. It's spelled very interestingly on our rosters. Garry. So take it as you will. It's either Gary or Jerry. I'm not sure.
And our own director, Gary, 1R, no confusion there, says it's Gary. So we'll go with Gary Brown, as we've had that confusion all year, but he's doing a great job in kick returns. He's a freshman, so he's getting a lot of playing time here, though, as well as Fiore takes a handoff, gets a big gain towards the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he's trying to get that roster spot back, Zach. Grissom kind of taking control of it as from what it looks like, at least this game. Maybe now trying to aim his way back into that second spot. Not sure exactly how the depth chart reads it, but now Schroeder is driving this team downfield. I guess what looks like the second team defense for Gannon, and we see some different linemen now checking in for the California Vulcans too. Number 71, Sharif Clinton, checking in now.
Yeah, we have a lot of substitutions, and on our official depth chart, Tyler, it still says that Derek Fiore is the backup to Jeff Knox. Knox is a junior, as we're going to get a timeout by California now. Knox is still a junior, Fiore's a sophomore, and Grissom is a freshman. And the key thing is Knox and Fiore are both converted defensive players. So, but we're going to look at the California schedule now. You can basically mark it down that this is going to be a Gannon defeat. So 35-7 win right there for the Vulcans. You have to travel to Slippery Rock next week, which might be the most important game of your season.
Absolutely. I mean, at least up to this point, at first it was Indiana because you wanted to get past IUP or at least try to split that Westchester IUP series there. Let's go ahead and look at Gannon, though, with their road ahead. They still have IUP to come. As of late, they've kind of been dropping off, but IUP is IUP, and they have a very good run game as well. So Gannon's defense is going to have to step it up against them especially. But then they also have Seton Hill, or if they have a chance at the PSAC West Championship, which after today I really don't think is very realistic, they'll play Lock Haven at Lock Haven. So a little bit of an easier road ahead for Gannon now, but for California, tough times are brewing.
Yeah, Gannon, if they wanted an opportunity, they'd have to have Mercyhurst lose again, which they are currently losing 21-6 in the fourth quarter. They would need Slippery Rock to lose twice. They need California to lose twice. So very unlikely that Gannon gets a shot at the title game, but anything can happen, Tyler.
Fiore takes it up the left side now. He'll get the first down on that second down play. So that'll move the chains. And I tell you what, it's a great pumpkin, Charlie Brown, as they like to say, as this game's really, coming to an end now. The pumpkin, as you will. I mean, some of the players might go back to their apartments, maybe carve some pumpkins in the spirit of Halloween, and just have a great evening. I mean, the game started at 12 o'clock, so you still have some time left to do some stuff throughout the day. I mean, they might go out and hang out with each other after the game, maybe grab a bite to eat or something. But I mean, if I were me, I would want to go back, maybe make some tea or some hot chocolate and carve a pumpkin. But Derek Fiore isn't going to carve a pumpkin quite yet as he tries to take the ball up the field. He'll gain a couple yards on that play, but it'll bring up second down.
Yeah, we have a minute 48 left in the fourth quarter, Tyler. And speaking of our after-game plans, I'm probably going to be going out later tonight with another one of our crew members. Go from Mrs. ATL. You guys call me ATL. Going to South Hills Village, hang out. Such an early start gives opportunity to hang out the rest of the day. So, but I know based on my fall last night, I probably need to relax a little bit too. I'll make sure I do that as well.
Where are you taking her? Anywhere in particular?
I don't know. We might go to Red Robin for dinner. So ooh. I can always throw in a yum right there as Fiore tries to break it to the outside and take it out about the 10-yard line. So I'm looking forward to having a pretty good dinner tonight.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of interested. I want to know if I'm invited, Zach. I could go for a Red Robin burger right now. I'm not even going to lie to you. No, I'm just kidding. No, you guys go out and have your fun as children. I might just cuddle up on the couch and watch some D1 football. A lot of good matchups coming up this evening, so I kind of want to check out to see what's going on there. But I'm always loving my D2 football, of course. Especially with what's going on in the PSAC, all the contentions and all the teams still eligible that could definitely make it in. California right now being one of them. Gannon kind of losing their hopes now in this game. But Schroeder will take the snap, hand it off to Fiore, and it'll go up the middle. Maybe a gain of a yard or two on that one, but that'll bring up fourth down. And with 31 seconds left and ticking now, that would probably be the end of the game, I would imagine. There's no reason to send the field goal unit out to put 3 more points on the board. So, I mean, a wonderful game here for California, Zach. The running game in particular, though, really stepping up big time.
Yeah, and you have to give a lot of credit to Gannon. They had a great start to their season. They came in here knowing if they won the game, they had a great shot at getting in the PSAC title game. You can't take anything away from them, though. Their defense played as best as they could, their offense as well. But California proved to be the better team here today.
Absolutely. And that's going to do it for us here at Adamson Stadium as now the handshakes conclude. California wins this one 35-7. Stay tuned next week when California takes on Slippery Rock.